I'm starting streaming now, and I'm about to stream to YouTube now. So we're about to go live. Oh, well, we're live now, I think. Tech, can you go check and see if we're live? We are live? All right, well, here we go. Fellas, Bunny! Bunny!
Yeah.
Oh, that feels better. Welcome to Madhouse. Welcome, fellas. Welcome to the best goddamn show that's happening right now on here. It's the Madhouse. Yay. Welcome, folks. Welcome back. Welcome to the first very episode of Madhouse here over on the channel. We have a very big show for you tonight. We have my new video game, kinda, that I haven't designed in ages. We're talking UFOs. We're talking alternate realities. Britney Spears as a secret agent. And we got some good stuff planned. We'll see you in just a second. But right now, I don't think you want it bad enough. I hear him banging, Bunny, but I don't hear him banging hard enough. I don't want it. I don't want it. Fuck him. Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Fuck him with a chainsaw. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. No, we won't. All right. All right. Bunny, go! Go! Pull it!
Okay, I'm pulling.
Pull it hard!
Pulling and trying.
There we go. Well. Now. In just one moment. Hang on, I'm eating. I won't be eating on the stream, I promise. I promise.
We hid his medicine and some cheese. He's just eating.
Eee! Oh, here he comes. Here comes Tech Protect. Hello down there, Technology Protection.
Hello.
I know
Hello, Daddy.
these are not yet our actual crowns, but it's nice to always see Canty and Mono. Where are you taking them tonight?
Today they're going to be in the control room of the video game that we built, or you built, only you.
Oh my God, shut the fuck up. Welcome to the show. As you can see, our effects are not entirely ready to go yet, but we're getting there. Every day it'll be a little bit better. But yeah, it's kind of pushing it doesn't matter. The point is, Bunny, I see you across the hall in the Madhouse. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I am very, very good. It's delightful to be here at our new time. Tech Protect is in a cranky mood. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, let's bring you to the main screen. He's so cranky. All right, Tech, you can put your stupid face on the camera, you idiot. Listen, can Tech stay dead, says Thrill. Come on now, Tech's a good boy. But I'll tell you something, Thrill. We were about to go live, and, and I get it. Tech has been busy as fuck. He didn't get any sleep last night for some stuff happening on this other dumb job he has. And I call my daughter, who for some reason she's decided to date this guy, and she's like, well, he's sleeping. And I'm like, I know the man needs a sleep, but goddamn. So anyway, point is, we're going to show you a game a little bit later. In fact, I'll pitch in a minute. Let me get to these delightful, generous people that have joined us here at this hour, which is the delightful nighttime. Lane Ledford of the Louisiana Ledfords. I like that name too. I wish they weren't such racist assholes. They're really not. I don't know them. I don't know who they are, Bunny. That's the it's the comedy. Thank you. Welcome to Diet Soul Soldiers. Hardcore Australian Reverend who is working in doesn't he work in a goddamn cemetery?
Yeah.
Good God. Yeah, we got to get that guy in there. Thick Gemini. I don't know about you, Thick Gemini. Thank you for the super chat, but I had somebody write me and say, you're spying for Keemstar. I said, what does that mean? And they said, we're not doing any LCU shit over here, but let's just say somebody's got you in their line of sights going, this motherfucker's over here spying. And I'm like, well, I don't give a shit. You're welcome. It's good to have you. Thank you for the super chat. Bold Cargo, welcome to Diet Soda Soldiers. Thrill, we already talked to you. Want dead, Tech dead. Grass-fed. Thank you, good sir. It's always Grass-fed's been there since the start of this little journey. We love you, buddy. V2 Raven. V2 Raven. God, you're hot. Anyway, welcome to Diet So Soldiers Mystery Deck. We love you. Thank you. Amber Chick, good to see you. Welcome to Diet So Soldiers. K-Nubs, little finger fuck. Welcome. He has ascended to the cult of Calypso. Thank you, good sir. And of course, our good friend Mooch55 says, love the new time slot. Perfect. We appreciate that. And seriously, K-Nubs, thank you for all the support you give us at this little channel with your little hand. In that terrible, he's more than just severed fingers. Wayne B. Welcome to Diet Soda Soldiers. As always, we love having you here on the channel. And then Thick Gemini drops another 2 spots, says, dang, my haters care about me more than I do. I don't know what what does that even mean?
They care about talking about him more than they care to talk about in here.
We
ain't doing nothing.
Do we hate him?
No, the haters that reached out to you. There's a Skyblaze RC also said, where's Tech Talk?
You know what? You can go fuck yourself with a hot curling iron. You know, Bunny has a goddamn anal probe that is an electric anal probe, don't you?
I do, yeah.
But it's put up. She showed it. She'll bring it out later. Maybe if we get the tin door or some such shit. Well, there's Bukaki. No, we're not. Okay. So I want to tell you what's going on a little bit. Thank you, Wayne B. Appreciate it, buddy. So I want to tell you what's going on tonight just so we get our heads around it before we get started with the show. So we have 3 doors to open tonight. They're all very, very exciting. The red door will cost us all $50. It's cumulative super chats, right? All I can tell you about the red door, because the woman thinks for herself. Well, hell, she talks more to you off screen than us, Bunny. What did she say? And who was it who made this offer? She said she was going to do something.
Do what? I got lost.
The red door.
The script, Bunny.
Oh,
the script.
Yeah, the red door. I think I missed the red door part. Sorry.
Yeah, the adult behind the monitor told you.
Yeah.
The script.
Well,
what happens?
Yeah.
You know what, folks?
I'm getting there.
Oh, no, I'll do it. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Bunny.
Everybody wanted Sassy yesterday, so Sassy's behind the red door.
But what's she going to...
surprise.
Yes.
What's she doing?
We're not telling. She says she has a surprise for us. She's going to give one to Bunny, one to me, and one to you live on air. And it's nothing like putting her tail in our mouth. We've done that over and over. That's a, wait, I can kind of, I think I hear. Y'all better get the red door open. Oh, you can't even see her and you see the hand on her hip. That's the red door. Now, the green door, which will cost us, what is it, Tech, 1 something?
The what door? The green door?
Thanks for stopping by, Tech.
Speak louder.
It'll be $120 is the green door. That will get you an entry. Once we open it, it's $10 to play the brand new game. It's $20 or $10? $20 to play the brand new game,
to get in.
Escape from the Madhouse. And if you win, hang on. Okay, if you win, oh my God, shut up. If you win, when this is done later in the week, for a week, you will have a statue out front of the Madhouse every time we push the camera in at the intro of the show. And it will say, I survived the Madhouse. There are a couple of consolation prizes that will get you on gravestones or signs, but that's what the game will allow you to win. It's a $20 entry fee. You can also not play, but watch your friends play and fuck them over, and we'll explain that a little bit later. Finally, the gold door, which I think is $150. If we open that tonight, we're going to stream for an extra hour this evening, and we will turn on the landline because it's easier for people to call us. So we'll pull you in on the Discord, of course, as we do, but the landline makes everybody's life easier because not everybody wants to fucking call into the goddamn Discord. So those are our goals tonight, and that is our show. Don't mog me, Jaffe says. Mazer, I love you. Oh, a little pedophile came over. Mazer, oh, we love the pedophiles. We love the pedophiles. Thank you, Mazer, so much. Look, all Mazer would have had to do was just not act like it bothered him, and we would have been good. He's our little pedophile. He's our little pedophile. Yeah. Everybody needs a little pedophile somewhere. I like to take him around, put him in my pocket. Sometimes if you're out at Burger King and your lunch date didn't show up, but you need your pedophile, you just have somebody pull him out of the pocket.
Can we call him Adobe adjacent? instead of like PDF.
All right. He's a
No.
little pedophile. Now listen, Mazer has joined the Cult Calypso. I didn't know they let pedophiles into the Cult of Calypso, but that's excellent.
know.
We love you, buddy. We love you, Mazer. Thank you. K-Nub says, the more you make fun of my stupid idiot fingers, the more they grow back. That's excellent. That's excellent.
Hey, that's all. That's yeah.
Hey, it won't be long
It's a
before you
good
can
fair trade.
please a woman. Solar Edge, thank you. Oh, he says you mean 2 doors. Solar Edge has popped open. Door number 1. Solar Edge, we got Sassy coming out in just a few minutes. Everybody thank good Sir Solar Edge for that generosity. Bama,
Thank you.
not Obama, who I voted for twice, and I'd vote for him again if I could, says Bradley Whitford in the hit motion picture Get Out. Great movie. Bama, thank you, buddy. Welcome to Dice of Soldiers. Mazer, little pedophile. Don't mind me, Jeff, love you. And then fucking Frog, $20. Sorry, Tech, but when will you be giving us Carolina pepper eating? You goddamn right, fucking Frog. He owes you guys 2 red peppers.
Yeah.
Ghost peppers. What's the deal?
Oh,
It's just
I think he
one.
thought that.
Okay, well, when's the one coming up?
I ordered the one on DoorDash, and it got used in a soup here at the house without me knowing. The old lady with cancer was like, "Oh, this is a pepper. I'm gonna put it in our pork soup today."
And how, what, did she lose her shit?
It was good. It was good soup. It was spicy. But it was
How
a good
much? How
soup.
much is a fucking ghost pepper?
The cost?
Yeah.
I think I paid like $7.
Okay, you need to set up that thing where people can send you food without having your address. It's a service, and they'll send you ghost pepper tonight. If not, we're getting one for you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll go get another.
Scammed again.
Yeah, scammed again.
We're not even on the same place.
What is this, Queens? I thought Queens is running opposite us right now. Anyway, Sterling says, did it cure the cancer? Come on now.
Aw,
She's a sweet old lady. I don't even know her, but I hear such nice things about her. I like her a lot from what I hear.
nice old Filipino lady.
Yeah. No, you better fucking get that tomorrow, Tech. People are waiting. But you're in a bad mood today. I don't like it. You need to be, You don't even understand how great your day is. You have got all of these supporting people that finally get the show the time they want it. It is the best fucking thing you have ever been involved with and probably ever will be involved with.
No, I met your daughter.
She's part of it. And you're in a crankpot O'Malley mood. And we have amazing things to discuss and discover and talk about tonight. Why are you in such a shit? You need uppies? Captain Slick Booty says, does he need uppies? Maybe that's it. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not as cute.
I just need a full night's rest. Is all I need.
Well,
I think.
maybe you should stop signing up for these shitty fucking shows that nobody watches. Hey, everybody! It's Aussie. Well, okay.
You're not Australian.
You're not Australian.
Scam.
Yeah, Mooch, one of our biggest supporters, says Tech is bumming us out, bringing down the mood.
Mm-hmm.
You guys don't even live in a house.
Go sit.
I'm the only one on the panel that has a house.
I'll jump
Madhouse
off the
my
top of
ass.
My RV.
Yeah, I sold my fucking house. I didn't want to take care of it anymore. It's too much trouble. Now, it was all ADD and home ownership does not go well together. I hated it. Great house though.
Jeff, you've already opened the red door now.
We're about to get to it. We also got a delightful Jadog. Thank you so much for being a member over here for over a year and dropping a very generous super chat. That's very, very generous, my good friend. You get a song about George Washington's vagina. He was the president of our country, the very first one, and he had a twat. Thank you, Jadog. Now you know something's going on. Tech must have got some bad news, because if that doesn't cheer him up, nothing will. Solar Edge, can we get grumpy uppies? Solar Edge just paid $10. Give the man his grumpy uppies, Tech. Then we're going to move on. All right. Now here's what we got. Let's see. We got to call out our good friend Miss Sassy, because she has been paid for, and I think she's coming out now. Let's see. Hang on. Let's see where she is. Where are you at, Miss Sassy? Oh, Sassy, little sassy feet. Well, Miss Sassy, it's good to see you. Well, good to see you. Okay, well, you seem extra sassy tonight. Well, that's because I'm going to use my new powers I picked up over the weekend. Really? What were you doing? I was in New Orleans, baby. and I picked up some powers to cast spells. And I'm going to cast a spell on you and Bunny and Tech. A spell? Bunny, what do you think about this? Who gives a shit what she thinks about this? It's happening whether she likes it or not.
That was so sassy.
Well, that's my
You
name.
let Sophia just go to New Orleans alone.
Well,
That's dangerous.
I'm Sassy. I said, you put me on this plane. And they did. Here's the spell. Ibbity bibbity bibbity fuck sabaki hiki. You're going to be sassy. Sassy. Well, what does the spell do? It makes you all sassy until the green door opens. Sassy, we don't want to be sassy. Ha 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 ha. Fuck, man. Now we got to be all sassy and shit all night unless we open the green door. I don't like this at all.
I ain't got a problem with it because it comes naturally.
I have a big problem with it because my finger hurts if I do this too much longer. How much more money do we need to open the green door to play the game, Tech?
Feels like you should be able to do your own math, Jaffe, but work only like $20 away. $21.
Well,
and the green door's open.
Okay, I'm gonna get to the first story, and then we'll see if we get the green door open. But Sassy, I will not do the story, Sassy, because people are like, "What the fuck, dude? We came here for a show." So I will be sassy when I'm talking to the host. You better. I will. I will. But what happened?
You sassed me up something nasty.
Oh.
Nasty sassy.
Ooh.
All right, here we go. First story of the evening, my friends. Let us begin. Let me share my screen and tell you what we got on the stuff. Whatever. Solar Edge. Fuck you, Solar Edge. I'm Sassy. He says, open the door. That doesn't seem to be enough to open the door.
One more dollar would have done it.
Yeah, what are you, an idiot, wow. Solar Edge? I like how Sterling's so stupid. She just writes $1 and thinks we'll buy it.
Wow.
Idiot.
Yeah, thanks, Sterling.
I don't like this curse word. I don't like this curse we're dealing with.
I don't either.
Our audience deserves better than this. A lot better.
Yeah, Bunny looks like he was born sassy. You just look like you were born assy.
Hey! Oh, thank God, Nelly Times. Thank you so much. We have now opened. I like how Bud says, get him, girl. I like how we have opened it. Thank you, Mooch. Thank you, Nelly. And, of course, thank you up there to our good friend Solar Edge. Thank you, DJ Payne. We appreciate that as well. That is delightful and delicious and wonderful and nutritious. Thank you, guys. All right. That is excellent. Thanks, fellas.
We were sassy for so long. It was so good.
I don't like being sassy like that. It makes me feel weird. Okay, thank you guys very much. Now, let us begin the show with some topics, and then we will get to the green door. Tech, set a timer so we don't go too late before you bring it up. 2,000, Andrew. Thank you, buddy. All right. I do want to let you know Tech has set up our very own Reddit. If you go over... it's called Jaffe Games, and then we've already got some messages popping up there. So if you're interested in hanging out on the Reddit, that is where you go to do it. The community is amazing. I wish I wasn't broke. Don't worry about it, Adam. We love having you here. Madhouse is the place to be, says DJ Payne. You goddamn right. That and Kristen Stewart's vagina. Now, Neglected Tipples, we appreciate the support. Thank you for that very generous super chat. Neglected Tip. Hang on a minute, though. Well, I don't want to get into LCU. Let's just say I saw him today post something on the LCU that was kind of like, I thought Neglected Tipples liked us. But I love his money, and I love his company, and I love his support. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Tipples. He says, hey, gamers, is this enough to open the door to my heart? I'm so alone. Baby, we got you. We got you, baby. And Sad only play Borderlands. Jaffe, have you ever played Borderlands? I played the first one a little bit. Tipples, it was okay. It was okay. A lot of people adore it, but it wasn't really my favorite thing. You know what I don't like, by the way? We're still getting our sea legs. DJ Payne, welcome to the Diet Soda Soldiers, buddy. I appreciate it. Tipples, we love you, buddy. We're just fucking with you. You know what I don't like about tonight's show so far? I've spent too long to get to the weird stuff and the stories, and I apologize. We're still kind of learning the flow of things, but this story I'm about to give you will absolutely delight the fuck out of you. I mean, I don't know what to tell you about this story. It is amazing. It is amazing, you guys. Could AI translate animal sounds into words? Tech experts, not the guy down below, hope so. They're doing this in China. I do. Do we?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about it in a minute. But let me tell you what's going on. Chinese tech companies revealed it's exploring whether it's possible to use AI to translate animal sounds, converting them into human language. The owner of China's largest search engine, so it's like their Google, filed a patent the other day that said it collects animal data like vocal sounds, behavior, and psychological signals. It says physiological signals, sorry. And it would then be processed and merged before an AI-powered analysis designed to recognize the emotional state. These states could then be translated into language for humans and could improve the accuracy and efficiency of cross-species communication. The translator is still in the research stage, but there has been a lot of interest. Now, I want to talk about this. I want to fucking talk about this because this is, this could cause so much insane, delightful disruption and horror. Let's assume it works, and it may not work in our lifetime, but it might. But let's assume in the next 100 years, we can have meaningful, trustful, interspecies communication with at least some of the bigger animals, the cats, the dogs, the horses, the pigs, the things that are apparently quite smart. Okay. Well, it kind of changes everything, doesn't it?
They need more rights. For sure.
Well, would we? We might no longer keep them as pets. If we start, like, you've seen those videos on YouTube where the dogs hit the buttons and they've been trained to go like, oh, I want to go out, I love you, I want to play. If they could have that for every dog and a little bit more to just make it clear when I don't like something, I'm scared, I feel hurt or whatever, and AI would do a good job not anthropomorphizing it, so we don't want to apply our own human views to it.
Yeah.
I wonder if our whole relationship would change and they'd be like, they don't want to be our pets. Like, what if they could communicate they don't want to be our pets?
Well, I think one of those dogs that they were teaching how to talk with the buttons, they went through an existential crisis where they started asking why?
Are you talking about Bunny the dog?
Yeah, and they said it got depressed and stuff.
Whoa. I have not seen that. Bunny the dog?
Yeah, Bunny the dog talking buttons, if you look that up.
Yeah, I think that might have been the one that I read that they kind of regretted teaching it that.
You can click that first video, Jaffe.
Yeah, I think we've all seen this, right? Where the dogs...
Yeah.
Right, they train the dogs to ask for things, right?
Hi, my name is Alexis Devine, and this is...
Yeah, well, the dog ends up asking actual questions, like conversation.
Yeah, why am I here?
It did not.
Yeah.
Okay,
they said it got really depressed and stuff.
Yeah, it was I think the dad of the house went away or something for work for an extended period of time, and he got really depressed. Where's dad? Where is dad? What happens to dad?
Here it is, right here. Let's see. I don't like showing videos on the chat, but that's not right. I don't like showing long videos, but it's a minute and a half. We'll interrupt it. By the way, let me get these two super chats. Member Nelly, time 25. Thank you. Welcome to the Diet Soda Soldiers. Appreciate you being here. And then Kat says, this is to piss Keem off. Links. Thank you so much for the super chat. Kat's that lady with the donuts and the flood insurance.
Yeah.
Hey, good to see you, buddy. You got, I don't know anything about the story other than the video, but I think, I don't know, man. I think they treated you bad. They did a bad thing. But I love having you here, buddy. It's nice to see you. Thank you for hanging out with us and spending time with us. Thanks, Links.
That's crazy. My audio cut out. I don't know I didn't hear any of that.
Oh, yeah, that's totally crazy. It was just so weird. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you fucking with me?
Scared.
What a bitch, man. What a bitch. What do you think? Keemstar's an assassin? She's a goddamn grown woman. She wants to come to our fucking place and talk to us and fucking support our show, and you have to pretend you didn't even hear her?
I don't know what's happening.
Wow. Wow. No, I don't even like
rude.
that.
I think the Sassy's still in
You
here.
fucking say her name right now. You say it with fucking pride. She just donated money to us.
Did he just...
I'm serious. That's some bullshit.
It's not even her. It's like a fan account.
I don't know.
No,
Okay.
that's her.
Okay, well, let's assume.
No, it's not her.
Okay,
I
no.
clicked on
How
the
much
account.
of a coward must you be to say it anyway? Does Keem have that much? Let me ask you something. Do you have to send out like Grubhub for your balls when you need them, or does Keem just keep them in a fucking?
Look, dickhead, I don't even care. I don't care who this fucking person is.
So
okay?
say her goddamn
I don't
name.
care. No,
Say her
fuck
name.
You. I'm
Say-
an employee. Just like if you told me, Jaffe, if you said
What
tech protect, you're an employee. I don't want you doing this thing.
Okay,
I'm
well,
not doing the thing.
Okay, then you know what? We need to have a conversation about your future on the show because I don't want my audience to know that we're such
Okay,
fucking
let's
cowards.
do it. Let's talk after the show.
We'll talk after the show. Yeah. Okay. Say my name. It's me, LMFAO, says Kat. Good to see you,
is
Kat.
her.
Links. Yeah. No, I would never fire Tech, but I'm not. I don't want all this drama. I don't want anything over here about that shit. If a person comes in and donates $30 so far to our cause, and we're
Yeah, the rules don't apply over here.
there are no. I mean, it's like it's a woman's fucking name. What do I give a shit what her personal life is? That's not between me. That's between her and Keemstar. And I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some shit right there. Technology. Good God Almighty! All right, let's watch this dog.
Did he really leave?
He'll be back.
Who is it?
I think he just went to get us some chips and salsa.
Oh.
So he's asking what he is?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Now you got to be careful, right? Because these things can be edited like those haunted house videos we saw, right? So
Yeah, that's true.
You know, but let's take it at face value for the moment.
Yeah.
So you can see yourself.
Okay, children don't develop self-awareness till 18 months in parallel with the acquisition. Bunny is 14 months old. Oh,
Who is it?
is she gonna say Bunny?
Who?
Okay, but now, okay, but think about it though. It's not so much a existential crisis. Maybe it's like if we had, I imagine if we had whales that could talk with us, or dolphins, or things that are, or octopuses that are really smart, we might want to go, hey, do you know what's going on here? I don't think that's an existential
Yeah.
crisis. That's just like going, oh shit, we can communicate.
Well, I think they said they did have to get this dog on antidepressants or something. Like they had to actually like do something about the depression the dog got after.
After this?
Yeah, I remember reading I remember reading an article. It might have even been BuzzFeed, but they were saying they had to actually like step in about the dog's depression because it like completely changed.
I don't know how to answer that.
Oh my God. Oh, okay. Well, we get the point. That sucks. But so you're saying though, or Tech was saying that story we're talking about might actually lead to some real problems. I mean, I could see that, you know, even just like vegan stuff. It's like, you know, if a fucking cow is saying, please don't kill me, I love my kids.
I would say I'm sorry, I won't. Yeah,
yeah.
On me.
I
That'd
mean,
be enough.
Absolutely. John Salk, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, come back, Tech. Thick Gemini says, don't do it, Tech. LOL. No, he'll be back. He'll be back because you know what? I don't believe that. Joey Bag of Donuts. Joey Bag of Donuts says Tech is afraid of Keem. I just don't like bullies, all right? And I got nothing against Keemstar as a human being, but I don't, when people say you can't say this, it's fucking weird, man. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
It disturbs me. Megan sees. Hee hee. Welcome to Diet Soda Soldiers, Megan. We appreciate you being here. It's great to have you. Okay, let's move forward. Now, I'm thinking a lot about this lately because the Fruit of the Loom did have a cornucopia. You guys all know the Mandela bullshit about Mandela effect and everybody talking about the cornucopia on the Fruit of the Loom, and people saying, no, I saw it. No, we never had it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You don't get it, Jaffe. They're protecting the innocent Discord from danger. You hate bullies, but you're bullying me. I'm not bullying you. I'm telling you that it goes against everything this channel and I stand for if we're going to let someone come into our fucking house and say, in our house, these are things you can't say. I don't want that shit here. You should be able to say whatever the fuck you want here. I do not want that shit encroaching on this channel. It's embarrassing for people. The fact that people do punishments and give a shit about Keem's take on, well, what's Keem? It's gross, man. It's fucking gross. So, look, you don't have to say it, Tech. You don't have to say it. But you know what? Don't say anything then. Because I don't want this audience to know that anyone that works on this show gives a fuck what someone says they can say or not. Because it's gross. I mean, my God. I mean, seriously, ask yourself this. Ask yourself this. If you are a valuable employee of someone, let's put it this way, Tech. You're a valuable employee here. I'll do whatever I can to make you comfortable. And if you really are uncomfortable saying the name Lynx, Grace, Cat, whatever, then no one's going to force you to say it. Okay? But ask yourself what that's like then, working for someone that you're risking your job because you can't say some fucking woman's name that he fucking was flirting with about flood insurance and shit. Come on, man. Who you're backing the wrong horse. Canty. Thank you, buddy. Jaffe, 100% agree with you. I appreciate it, bud. Thank you so much for that. Always wonderful generosity. We love it, buddy. We love you. And hopefully we'll talk to you tonight when we turn the phones on. Thick Gemini, thank you for joining the Diet Soda Soldiers. Love having you here. Thank you, buddy. And again, Canty, that is incredibly generous. Thank you very much. Very, very kind. Very, very kind. Okay. So we're talking about the Fruit of the Loom shit. And this woman, I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'll pause it. But the story is she's basically saying this is some bullshit because there was a game in the 90s called Aggravation 2. And in it, it says there's a card and she holds up the card and says, what are these three things? And the card says the clues. The theme is, so you basically have to figure it out based on the clues, right? So you give your partner the following clues and guess the brand. And they said the first three clues on the card that she shows are underwear, cornucopia, and apples. And the answer, and grapes. And the answer is Fruit of the Loom. Okay?
Yeah.
Well, her whole point is, how does this card exist if it's just a false memory? Clearly, at some point, there was this relic that was left behind of the multiverse, of the Mandela effect. Now, obviously, the explanation could be, well, yeah, but a lot of people misremembered it. And it's not like this board game is the New York Times that have 50 people checking every fact before they go to publish. So it could just be a collective memory that made its way into the game that was wrong. But, you know, the more I do this show, and this is probably a danger to doing a show like this, the more I recognize a lot of the horse shit that we get shoveled and sold. And you got to be real careful because sometimes it's real and sometimes it's bullshit.
Yeah.
But why wouldn't the government want to convince us? Like if this was real and we knew multiverse theory was real, it might change everything. Why wouldn't they lie to us?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, there's this woman that I've been following on Twitter for a really long time, and she covers a lot of stuff like this, but she calls it energy lution and stuff, where they do little things like this, and I guess she means like shadow government or something, whatever the power is.
Yeah.
But she says that they do little things like this just to confuse people and make them worry about things like this. and they're harvesting just that energy that you're putting out by focusing on it, by like everybody collectively thinking, oh my god, did we forget something, or did we misremember this thing? All
So
that
wait, so
confusion's getting...
would she say the Mandela effect is bullshit, or would she say that no, it is representative of something that occurred?
Yeah, she's saying it is something that occurred, or like John Benet Ramsey. That's a big one that she talks about. She says that never happened. That was AI. Like, and they do that to see if they can get the masses to believe something like that. She's a very interesting
But
woman.
it was
She does,
AI
like,
when there was no AI. How is she?
well, she says that, you know, it could have been, they could have already had AI, and they were testing it out on the masses by saying like, oh, everybody focus on this case, and everybody talked about it for years and years and years, and now she's like, what if the whole thing was just a test to see how far what they could get everybody to believe?
Well, here's
and
what,
she thinks like,
no, go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
No, oh no, no, no.
I was just gonna say, she thinks that even the little things like this is just them testing to see how we'll react, and not just that, but she thinks they're doing it to like steal your, you know, harvest your energy somehow. I don't know that part.
Well, here's what I think is true. I don't think anyone, like I think it kind of goes back to just where my barometer is set with agnosticism. I don't think anyone, what I think is the right thing to say for 99% of the world, because maybe there are a few people that really know some of this shit. But what I think is the right thing to say for 99% of the world is, the more we start to learn and the more connected we get via the internet, the more it becomes clear that there are a lot of things we're being lied to about. Now, I don't think that necessarily means the people that say the earth is flat or birds aren't real or the Mandela effect is real or not. But I do believe more and more each and every day that there's a lot going on that we have been kept in the dark about, both as Americans and citizens of the world. And let me show you one other clip. I was going to show it later, but it's very apropos to what you're talking about. I don't know if you know who Lou Elizondo is. Have you heard of this guy?
I don't think so.
If you follow the UFO Disclosure Community and the event and all that stuff and the phenomenon, as they call it, this guy has testified in front of Congress about UFOs, he called them non-human biologics that they've retrieved from ships. He wrote a book called, I think it was called Disclosure or something. He's been on the forefront of telling people that without going into classified stuff, this shit is real. He used to work for the government. He worked for a government agency that explored all this shit. But then listen to this clip that came out today. And I don't know if this is an early clip or a recent clip, but when he says this, it kind of buttresses up what you're talking about, Bunny, with this lady who's talking about the energy and stuff. Listen to this guy.
To combat
Lose the guy in the hat.
alleged misinformation, the censorship industrial complex used counterterrorism and intelligence tactics developed abroad, including psychological operations, and repurposed them to shape domestic opinion and thought.
I'm a counterterrorism and counterespionage guy. I do counterintelligence, counterinsurgencies. That's what I do. And it just so happens that in 2008, I was asked to apply those same skill sets into the UFO community.
To combat alleged misinformation.
So that's kind of damning to me that he's saying, oh, yeah, my job is to basically muddy up the waters and apply the psyops to the UFO community. And then listen to this guy who was talking about working with him. This guy's a science guy as well, the guy on the right. But here's Lou Elizondo over here, that just last week was proven to show this in front of Congress, and it was debunked as bullshit.
I was offered a job in 2019 by the United States Space Force, where Lou Alzando worked, to work with him in disinformation. And I said, not no, but hell no. I'll never do that again.
So, I mean, the government's got people out there banging the drum, trying to confuse us all. And I don't know, they're probably fucking hiding just really cool tech that they don't want us to know about. Speaking of really cool tech, what are you doing back? What happened?
Welcome back.
I don't see the point in talking about someone who I find to be.
I don't want to talk about it if you don't. I want to talk about our situation. If you're here, let's do the show. I think it's gross. I think that kind of control he exerts over independent.
It's not even control. It's just I've watched their YouTube channel. They're boring.
She just
right?
gave us $30.
It's not the real her.
Bunny
That
says
is
it
the
is.
real her.
No, if
No, it
you
is.
she's in the community for sure. The person who donated, you go to their channel, click on the channel. It's one subscriber, and their name is like cat something.
she had to start a new account because her
then get
account
fucked.
got what?
Yeah, I saw her old account. Not a great account. Not fun for me. It was very boring content. There's nothing interesting to say about this person. Don't care.
How about
Yeah, but
how about
how does
thank
that
you?
factor
How about
in
thank you?
to-
Are you saying you run a do you run a person?
Yeah, she sees him waiting, but I just don't care about her.
Okay, so do you run a personality check on everybody that donates to make sure they're interesting enough to say thank you to?
Yeah, I mean, I have a work agreement with an individual who says this is a thing we don't talk about
On
Sure,
his
I'm not gonna talk about
channel. In your life,
No.
you can't talk about it? So
it.
hell,
I can't be
So-
can't be in that person's Discord server. I can't be friends with them on Discord.
Well-
Like, it's a rule.
all right, well, here's what I'll say. I think that's a pretty shitty rule, and I love you, Tech, and I'm glad you make my daughter happy, and I'm glad she loves you, but that's a pretty shitty rule to follow, and you should have some more respect for yourself, is what I would say.
What does that mean to you? You just hate the fucking control power of it. But like, I don't gain anything from being a friend. I don't gain anything from talking about her or to her.
You are
I don't care for
allowing,
this
you
person.
are, you know what, I don't want to do this. This is not what this show is.
I know it's not what the show is.
So
but like,
we
if
can,
they were like, if,
we can,
if the-
we can. No,
if my
no,
other
no,
job
no,
said-
no, no, no. I don't want to talk about it on this show. If you want to continue the conversation, let's have it off here. This is not a drama show. No one
I know
comes.
it's not a drama show.
So
but
leave
you
it alone.
Literally
Leave it.
are like
Leave
a,
it alone.
a dog with a bone who's like, this is my issue.
I
I'm taking a stance.
it is my issue. I'm taking a stance, but I'm not taking it on this show anymore. Let's do the show. That's why people are here. I'm sick of this LCU shit. I've been streaming.
Me too.
I've been streaming.
Why would you push it on
I've been
me?
streaming for 8 fucking years, and I haven't needed this shit, and I certainly don't need it now. I love this.
I agree.
I love this shit we're talking about. I don't want to. So, Links, you're welcome here. Thank you so much for your generosity in supporting our show. Thank you, buddy. Canty says only Keem can talk to Links privately to Popper. Fair enough. Madhouse is the place to be, says DJ. Thank you, buddy. Gaza Croy, thank you for the super chat. We very, very much appreciate it. Okay. So let's move forward. So we did open the green door. We'll play some games in there in a moment, but I do want to get through a couple of more stories. Cold Raider says she's been a bad person. I don't care. If she's a known
I don't
racist,
personally know her.
yeah, I don't know her at all. What do I fucking know about her? She came in, she said, "Hey, here's some shit." I said, "Thanks. Here's some money. Thanks." What else is there? You think I ask everybody who they are and run a credit check and a life history before I say thank you for supporting our show? What are you talking about? The people that she doxes think she's bad. Yeah, Tiffany, I think doxing's horrible. I'm not. Why is this happening? Bunny, let's move on. Okay.
I don't know. Bukaki said she's hot. Give her a chance.
Yeah, well,
and
well, you know.
that's I get that.
Every night Bukaki goes to bed, he knows he may not wake up tomorrow. So, well, no, that's not a bad thing. Not for me.
Well,
Anyway.
yeah.
Okay, look, this is not what the show is. I don't care. There's a show over there called LCU. Go over there and bitch about all that shit if you want. I'm 54 years old. I don't give a shit. I just want to do a show. Fuck.
We're having fun.
We're trying to. Okay.
I'm having fun.
Okay. In the call with Keem, he I don't care. Okay, let's move forward. All right. This is on my mind, though, not speaking LCU stuff, but speaking of Boogie, who's in the LCU. He talks about channeling and Bashir, which is this alien person who apparently is channeling his wisdom through a human called something. I don't know his name. And there's videos of it, and it's telling us how we should live our lives and how we should do this and how we should do that. And, whatever. I mean, I think most of this stuff is horseshit. I don't think that most of this stuff is the message is horseshit. I think a lot of the messages are great, but I do think the literal interpretation's a little crazy right now.
Yeah.
I want to show you this. Channeling. This is a woman who I guess has gone viral, or she's got enough of an audience to channel. and people like what she has to say, I don't know how you believe this. Look at this motherfucking moron.
We are here, we are very happy to be here, yes indeed, dear one, yes, we are here. Yes, we do have a message for you and your community in the world. There will be a shift that will happen on your planet. The frequencies of your world will shift.
The fuck are we watching?
Dynamically, we implore you now, understand you are in control of your individual experience, your individual frequency,
All these morons think. By the way, Mongzilla, thank you, buddy. Team Tech for the super chat. We appreciate it, bud. Jaffe, how do you say Kaylee? I say it like Kaylee, like they say it in the goddamn, they say it in the goddamn, Ted Lasso. Kaylee. Wait, Bukaki says we have to fix the audio. The volume on her is very low. Oh, you're right. Okay, here we go. Let me do it again. You got it. You can't miss it, boys. It's my nephew. Hello, Daniel. Here we go.
We are here, we are very happy to be here, yes indeed, dear one, yes, we are here. Yes, we do have a message for you and your community in the world. There will be a shift that will happen on your planet. The frequencies of your world will shift dynamically. We implore you now, understand you are in control of your individual experience, your individual frequency, your individual understanding for now. You can create what you desire for your future by merely existing in a frequency that is higher and better. Know that we are here to support you through this shift of humanity. Nothing's happening to you. It is for you and the betterment of humankind's experience on planet Earth.
I like how at the end she came out of it like that was a lot. And what's amazing is it's kind of like if you ever watch people speaking in tongues, like being possessed. Mm-hmm. It's like, come on, man, I mean, who buys this shit? I do worry a lot about media literacy in this, but yeah, if you look at like possession, I spelled it wrong, Exorcist Church. There's this one guy that does it, and it's just such bullshit. I'll tell you what, the next person to donate $20, I will speak in tongue just like these guys do for 20 seconds. And honestly, you won't be able to tell the goddamn difference. Like it will be the exact same fucking thing. Here you go.
Just open your mouth and let it say whatever it wants to say.
Wait, there's a better one though. It's not. I don't want this guy. I want the possession person. Hang on. Let's see. Jaffe. What is it called? Possessed woman. I made a video about this a long time ago. Yeah, look at this. Here, listen to this shit. You believe in demons? That's pretty cool. So you're saying that
of the spirit on you, Jezebel. You're going to drink it.
I'm not drinking your filthy water.
The blood of Christ. Mm-hmm. Give me my Bible.
After too long.
They're fucking flirting like crazy, by the way. Can you see that? Yeah. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Had her too long. She's mine. You're not taking her. No one's taking her.
Really?
Really.
To whom does her spirit belong?
Oh, look.
I'm trying to turn the volume up. I mean, that's as loud as it goes. It's all the way up over here. Let me do it here. I'm real sorry, you guys. More options.
Yeah, those people want to fuck.
They totally want to fuck. I don't know how to turn
That's what this is.
The volume. Oh, maybe I do. I'm sorry, you guys. I think I got it. This will help at least a little bit. It may not help a lot, but it'll help a little bit. Here you go.
To whom does her spirit belong?
Oh, Lotte.
No!
Did you
just
see?
grab
He
her
just
ass.
slapped her on the ass. Did you see? He just fucking slapped her on the fucking ass. So the point about the speaking in tongues is it's utter gibberish of simply. Okay, here we go.
And the oil of Jezebel.
Doing that. Okay, here she goes. Of a woman, and he's not only doing that, but he's fucking flirting like crazy with her.
How did her ancestors get you into 17 times? Or whatever that means, I rebuke it in Jesus' name. Typical Jezebel. Typical Jezebel.
Typical.
Is Jezebel like the blood of Jesus, the cross?
And RPG says, why do I expect it to turn into a sexy scene? Yeah. Darky Darko says, I think I downloaded the wrong porno movie or the wrong movie. Yeah, it's very strange. Aaron, the pro gamer, thank you, buddy. Says, been a fan since day one, first timer donating. Thank you for that. I didn't want my ducats to go to Keem and the LCU. Well, whatever the reason, we love that you're here and we appreciate it. Thank you so much, bud. So, and it's more of this shit. The reason I point this out, though, of course, Total MK says she's a paid actor. Fuck yeah, she's a paid actor. Come on now.
Yeah.
But I
saw this one
go ahead,
exorcism video back years and years ago. It was like at a Nigerian church or something. And when the guy dropped down on the ground, people started kicking him and shit. Like they were like kicking him and stomping at his legs. Like they were doing an exorcism and there were snakes. That's all I remember. But I just remember them starting to kick him. And that's what I always think about. Just kick the shit out of them until they stop.
Can I show you this one real quick, though? This is about, this guy was gay. I say was gay because he really wasn't. It was a demon. And this preacher has shown up and he's done the Lord's work that Chick-fil-A couldn't. And he's clearly removing the demon from him. Here we go. Okay, so this same guy has found himself a gay fella. And instead of simply going, hey, this guy's gay, he's not gay. It's a demon who's making him gay.
I have committed homosexual acts. I have committed homosexual acts. God has forgiven me. God has forgiven me. You heard what he said? Did you hear what he said?
Yes, I heard what he said. Doesn't make any difference what he says.
Does it?
No. He's mine. He's been mine for years. And I'm going to hold on to him.
Okay, first let's be clear. I'm sure he is gay. But you know he's struggling mightily because I've never seen a gay man dressed so poorly.
You'll never get him. Never.
Come out of me! Come out! Come out!
What I would go ask the congregation, right? I mean, oh yeah, listen, this guy's brilliant. He's brilliant. Listen to this guy. Afterwards, I would say, okay, we prayed the gay away. We not even prayed the gay away. We pulled the demon out that was making him homosexual. Here's what I want you to do, random dude. Go take a shower with him, right? Go sleep in the same bed. I mean, just do anything that if you are homophobic would press your fucking buttons if you were around a gay person. If you're homophobic. I'm not saying if you're not homophobic. I'm saying if you have a problem with gay people, then you really got to put up or shut up. Was it a demon? And is the demon now gone and everything's okay because your friend is no longer the gay? Or are you fully aware that this is total horseshit? So this is all leading up to me fundraising and e-begging. I want to send Ken from the LC. I'm kidding. Yeah. Okay.
That's funny.
Nemo, welcome back to the Diet Soda Soldiers. It is delightful and wonderful to have you here, buddy. We sure do appreciate it. Okay.
Thank you, Nemo.
Yes. But I want to move on to the green door, but I do want to show you this is why this is on my mind. I get up and I see this on Twitter today. And at first I'm like, what are they talking about? Because the headline was, read what it says at the bottom and proceed with caution. I'm like, what? And at first I'm reading like Hamas or Trump, and it's not that. It's the ticker along the bottom. A mile-wide underwater volcano is ready to blow its top off the West Coast. Scientists predict one of the Pacific Ocean's lesser-known volcanoes will blow its vent in the coming months, causing 10,000 earthquakes in one day. Okay. And I'm like, wow. And that's scary music and blah, blah, blah. And then I see it in other places. A seismic apocalypse is coming. Same clip. And CNN hides it under the damn ticker like it's nothing. Right. And so if you don't bother to research a little bit, and frankly, why would you? People are fucking busy. You would go, wow, CNN is hiding this. The government's hiding this. There's going to be an apocalypse, blah, blah, blah. That was my first thought. But then I'm like, well, let me go do a little research. It turns out it's true, but apparently this happens all the time. And apparently it's so far below the surface that it really isn't going to make any difference. And they even said how to watch. Like, it's so benign, you can actually paddle boat out there and kind of watch a little bit of the bubbles coming up and going, oh, that's the earthquake. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, but now you've got, and I don't know as humans how we survive this shit. These guys make money.
Until Tracy says it, I ain't believing it.
Yeah, you goddamn right. You goddamn right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, until I just don't know. These guys get paid to scare you. People are too busy with their lives. I do a show about this, so of course I'm going to go explore and figure out what's going on. But people shouldn't have to deal with this. But maybe that's just what we have to do to evolve. I just don't know.
Yeah.
But it's really fucking lame, man. It's really fucking lame. The real YT Shadow says, I remember 2012, I was worried till I researched it. My kid, Tech's girlfriend, would sit in the goddamn closet and cry because she was convinced the world was coming to an end in 2012 because she was on the internet. And we're like, dude. And I showed her the show Bullshit from Penn and Teller. And I was like, dude, look, let me show you this. I couldn't do it. I was not strong enough. I wasn't as strong as the YouTube videos that scared the daylights out of her. So is my kid autistic? A little bit. Yeah, she's in that. I've been told on the spectrum is not the right thing to say, but she's very high functioning, but she's got some autism. She's got touch the tism for sure. I think. Yeah. Nikki DeFox, thank you for the super chat. They say, I have a trans socialist gay demon. Well, those are the best kind. Those are the best goddamn kind. That's when Jaffe was ultra busy with Twisted and forgot to feed his kids. I always fed my kids, you son of a bitch. Tech is autistic for sure. I think so. Tech, you're autistic, right? I mean, I don't know if you're diagnosed, but you definitely have traits that you identify as autistic, correct?
Yeah, more than likely, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Nothing is wrong with a touch autism at all. I think we get a lot of great stuff in this world because of people who think different. I think
Jaffe's about convinced me I'm autistic.
Oh
now,
no,
so.
you're a little strawberry. You're a little
a lot of people have told me that.
Strawberry coloring motherfucker. You goddamn right, you're autistic. Okay, you little sassy autistic person. Now we're gonna get back to the stories, but I wanna introduce you to my brand new video game, you guys. So, all right, and maybe. Maybe what is interesting, because Tech and I had disagreement before the show about an aspect of the game design here. So maybe that's what he's really upset about. But let's find out. So here's what's happening. For $20, you will have a chance to play Escape the Madhouse. The way it works is there are 4 floors of the Madhouse. There are 3 floors, and then there's the exterior. But you've got to escape all 4 floors. There's a surprise on floor 4. But floor 1 through 3 is simply dice rolling and pressing your luck. Okay. So on the first floor, we roll a 6-sided die. If you get a demon number, you lose health. If you get a holy number, you go to the next floor. Simple as that. If it turns out you make it to floor 3 and you decide to quit, you will get your name on a sign somewhere in the Madhouse that you will see almost every episode, if not every episode. Kind of like what you're seeing here, but not as prominent. But you will not get the statue. You can only get the statue that goes in front of this madhouse that is prominently displayed if you actually escape the madhouse. So that's the game. If anybody wants to play it, we are ready to play when you're ready. And the money that goes to open up to play those games will also go towards opening up the gold door, which is an extra hour of streaming tonight with phone calls coming in on the landline. So, Tech, you're tracking that when we get in money for the to play the game?
Yep.
All right. So, look, this is a real... look, here's what 666 says. This doesn't seem right. What doesn't seem right? What's going on? Do I have a touch of the tism? I've never been diagnosed with it. I've absolutely been diagnosed with ADD, and there's no doubt in my fucking mind that I have ADD. John Solk says it's microtransaction bullshit. Sure. Yeah, don't play it if you don't want to play it. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you about it. It's absolutely, there's a little bit of strategy in that there's a risk reward if you get to the 3rd floor. And also, I forgot the best part. If you're watching somebody play and you donate $5, you are able to either say that you want to add a number or take a number away from so you make it a little harder or easier for them, basically. Canty, do you want to play? Thank you for the donation, Canty. Are you saying you want to play?
I bet so.
You bet so? If so, we should get her to call in. It'll go faster. That way you can just kind of have her say what she wants to do. All right, Canty, you want to... and Johnny Salk wants to play. Excellent. All right, well, let's get Canty first. And the 4th floor, you'll have to see what happens on the 4th floor. So, Tech, you want to... What do you think? Canty, can you call in or do you just want to do it on text? Hello, ETX. All right, let me put the game over here. Okay, and let me put us in here too, though, so you guys can see us. Copiato. And I want to look. I'm not going to not mention the elephant in the room. I don't like where things are with Tech Protect right now. I really don't. I can tell he's upset. He's genuinely upset, but I'm not entirely sure why. Okay, hang on a minute. Let me fix this first, you guys. Canty says she can call in. Tech, can you drag her into the room with us?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me put us on the screen so you can see us. Okay. Discord pop out screen. There we go. Okay. All right, I'll get rid of this. I'd play, but I'm up to my neck digging for belly lint. No, I understand, K-Nubs. Canty, what's up, buddy? How are you?
Hello.
Could you talk to my pal Tech Protect? He seems very upset. Before we roll the first dice, let's talk about...
I'm Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on, Tech?
I like to be a professional. I feel like Jaffe has an issue with authority. He doesn't like having rules placed upon him. I also agree that if some rules are fucking if they're dumb, if they're stupid rules,
That's
let's
a
not
dumb
do them.
rule. Come on.
If there was a rule in place, it was like you can't interact with Jaffe, right? Like, all right, I quit.
But he
Immediately
was
on the
trying
spot.
to pop her pussy. What's the problem?
I hear you. Sometimes your boss can say,
Only
this
he
is for
can
thee,
talk
not
to-
for me.
Oh,
And I get
come
it.
on.
If you had a rule at your company that's like, hey, don't drink on the job, but you own the company and you want to have
But I
a
drink
beer,
and I get drunk at the job. Imagine that.
yeah, who's gonna hold you accountable? I don't think anyone should. You're the fucking owner.
Yeah, but it's not right. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
I really don't see the issue.
I hear you, but like again, it's like, hey, you guys drive my fucking like workplace vehicles. Don't drift in the parking lots. But you want to go drift in a parking lot? Fuck it, dude. You own all the cars. You own the
No, but that
company.
makes
You have the
sense. Like,
insurance.
even mentioning a name that he behind everyone's back went and talked to her privately.
And by the way,
It's
we're
just
not
so hypocritical.
We're not saying don't mention the name in the office that he owns. You're
I'm saying here.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like you're muzzled in the world. Like what? That's weird, man. That's creepy.
I hear you, but again, ultimately, I don't care about this person. From what I've heard a lot of bad things. I don't care to engage with them.
But you
It
don't
doesn't
know
benefit
her,
me.
though.
When I took on the job for getting Jaffe on TLCU, I had to learn about her. I had to spend time looking into her. Because again, if it's a brand risk for when he was
But
employed
apparently
over there.
he likes her.
He just
likes
doesn't care.
her.
He doesn't care. He could have named like 3 things about her that's like
who
interesting.
Who
about Lynx?
I don't know her at all.
Lynx.
I can name 3 things. $10 bill, $10 bill, $10 bill. She supports the show. I wanted to say thank you, and I wanted to be appreciative of it. But regardless, that's not even the point. But look, you can live by those rules if you want. I'm not. Let's put it this way. Here's how maybe I'm different from Keem. Maybe allegedly, you're not going to get fired because you do stupid shit like that. I think it's embarrassing for you. I think you should be ashamed, frankly. But
why?
Because you're basically, there's a point where, to quote a line from a show, a man stands up, Tech. And there's a point where you're absolutely right, where if you work at McDonald's and you're on your job and you're wearing the M and you're seeing customers and you're like, I want to fucking listen to my fucking music while I serve fries. And they're like, sorry, you can't do that, Tech. You were absolutely right.
You're still upset about the principle of the rule.
Because it's affecting my producer, my potential.
Because it's not.
It's only affecting your producer because you're fucking trying to double down on it. If you had a rule in place like you can no longer do extreme scuba diving, Tech Protect, right? As Keemstar's like, you can't do extreme scuba diving. I'm like, yeah, sure, dude. I'm never gonna do extreme scuba diving, so it doesn't fucking matter for me.
Okay, you're not letting me. You're not letting me finish. You're not letting me finish.
Just like she did for him.
You're not. You're not.
And the mermaid.
You're not letting me finish. What I'm saying to you is that I think it shows a lack of self-respect because if you're at McDonald's, you're absolutely right. It's like, well, it's my job. But when you allow someone to tell you outside of your job, of your employment, that he is literally muzzling certain names, I know you don't want to say it, and that's different. That's not what we're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. If it was like, you can't talk about Jaffe ever, I'd be like, oh, I quit.
You're not yeah, but you didn't present this like you were saying, hey, I'm Tech Protect. I don't like links. I don't want to ever say her name in my mouth because I heard some terrible things she said about Mexicans and Jews, and she doxes people, and I just don't like her.
Is that true, Jaffe?
I know I'm making this up. I'm just saying that's like a really awful thing. And I would understand Tech's point. Like when Tech came on and said, we have to ban this guy P Turtle from the channel, as much as I thought he was funny, Tech was right. It's like, you know what? That's a little too far. That's not going to help the growth of the channel. And I listened to him and he was right. That's not this. This is me going, or this is Tech going.
God.
What happened?
The drama.
No,
I'm just saying, Jaffe, it's an irrelevant point for me to even care about arguing that rule. Why would I care? When there's a rule that goes against what I believe in, yeah, I'm going to go against that rule.
So you have no problem if Bunny doesn't, she's an independent contractor. But if Bunny worked for us and for no reason that we could discern, we said, Bunny, we never want you using red lipstick, even out of the house. Can you imagine? Because that's the equivalent. That's what it is. Fucked up. And if she said, okay, I'd be like, Jesus, don't work for us.
But that's different. That's a way different like positioning on the issue. It's like, hey, Bunny, there's a brand issue with you engaging with these activities. Like maybe don't do like, I don't want to give like a bad example, but like no more soapy car washes at graveyards. We got in trouble for it. Let's not do it anymore. Right? That's reasonable
on her own time.
If she's going to represent a brand, yeah. Major League Baseball players, NBA players have rules about like what you can and can't do in your off season, right? You can't go and do this. I don't care if you're not like playing basketball. We don't want you engaging in these practices.
Okay, well, I guarantee you, your contract was no more interesting than mine was, and nothing in my contract gives Keem the ability to say that.
Yeah, I mean, nothing in your contract said don't talk about my fiance.
Yeah, there's a pattern here. There's a Look, I'll tell you what. God. It's not that I don't like authority. It's that I take a real problem when people just acquiesce to it. The motherfucker is like, everybody does what we did with Brantley, and the minute it's Brantley, we're fired. Everybody can say anything. Everybody can say anything they want. But the minute it's Lynx, a lady that he was caught fucking around with, at least verbally, then it's a problem. It's not that I have a problem that he's an egomaniac. It's that I have a problem that he is enabling, or he has people around him that are enabling it by going, oh, yes, Master Keem. Of course, Master Keem. What is it, Keem? What is it? I mean, it's disgusting to me. That's not having a problem with authority. That's having a problem with just having people bullying other people and getting away with it and thinking it's okay because they have some money. I don't like it.
Yeah, but I just want to chill.
And hey, my daughter, Sarah, if you're listening, you know I love Tech. I know you love Tech. I hope you never think this way. Tech and I don't have to agree on any.
You look straight at the camera too.
Tech and I do not have to agree on any and everything for me to. I care for him very much, and I love that you love him. Be careful.
Aw.
Be careful. Because this is not what you want. And by the way, Tech, I have a prediction tomorrow. Your mind will be changed. But let's move on.
Thanks for telling my girlfriend. This
I
is
love
not
this.
this guy
Fun
right
fact.
here.
She's not your girlfriend. She's my daughter. She's my fucking daughter. And yeah. All right.
Laughed.
Well, Ludium says Tech is trying to protect you. I don't need any protection, but thank you, Ludium. K-Nubs, thank you for the super chat. Look, Nancy Pelosi's a fine lady. No reason we shouldn't be allowed to talk about her. Right. Newport says, spit your stuff, King. That's why I always liked you. This is like, have this Keem tax free. It's so gross. It's so fucking gross. Space Girl says, thank you, buddy. Space Girl, thank you. Let Tech decide what he is or isn't comfortable with. It's his decision. The argument about how he should act in the face of it is hypocritical. I want to think about that, Space Girl. I never said, my argument is not, I would agree with you in what I said earlier, where I'm like, Tech, you have to say it. No, that's bullshit. And that was wrong. And I said it and I immediately was like, okay, that's bullshit. That would be that would be the problem. I respect the fact that Tech needs to be able to say what he wants and do what he wants. Totally great. I'm not going to force him to say it, and I would never fire him for saying it or not saying it. But I am going to stand up to it and I think it's bad form. I think it's really fucking bad form. And fuck you, Keem. Fuck you for bringing this.
There you go. Yeah.
You know, I mean, look,
Yes.
I know, I never had any problems with Keemstar. I never had any problems with him. And I only mean it in retrospect because I'm like, you know what? I wish I never would have gotten involved with this shit. I got to meet some great people and I got to meet some great community members. And I love that we found Bunny through it. But this is some nasty fucking sewer dwelling shit. This is some fucking hee-haw Donkey Kong horse shit crap. And I hate that the stink is even tangentially on me. Let's roll some fucking dice. All right, Canty. How do we want to do it, buddy? We are you are down here. You got 4. Okay, so if you roll a 2, 4, 6 or a 1, 3, 5, we're gonna roll that first 6 and see where you go. You ready?
All right.
Here we go. Wait, wrong one. Okay. Here we go. You got a 4. You get to go to the next floor. You're doing well, Canty. You're escaping the madhouse.
Yay.
Tech didn't even have to play the game to escape the madhouse. You know, come on. All right. Tech is the lifeblood of the show. He's having a rough day. I don't agree with him, but we don't have to agree to be pals. Okay. Now it gets a little harder, Canty. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 will lose some health. The demons will attack. 1, 3, 5 will keep you alive, get you to the next floor. But now you're going to be rolling an 8-sided die. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Here we go, Canty. This one's for you, buddy. 7, you have been swiped by a demon. Now, at this point, there's nothing to lose, so I recommend rolling again. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. 6, you got another swipe, buddy. Sorry, you got 2 more to go.
No.
You got 2 more to go. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Here we go. Throw. Come on, Canty. Yes. Okay. You've taken 2 hits to your health, but you've made it to the next floor. Canty, you're gonna do now. At this point, Canty, what you can do is you can choose to stop at any time, and you will be put on a sign out front of the madhouse for the next week. But if you keep going, you may be the statue. So, do you want to keep going? And
I
rolling?
will stop then.
You're gonna stop. Okay, Bunny. Since Tech, would you mind making a note that we're gonna do a sign for Canty?
Yes.
Yay.
All right. Thank you for playing, Canty. We appreciate it. Who will be brave?
All right, bye, guys.
And, well, Canty. Seriously, thank you for all the support, buddy. We love you. We really appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Love you too.
Thank you, buddy.
Bye.
Okay.
All right. So now, Jay Styles, welcome to Cult Calypso. Dark Fortune. Thank you, Jay. We appreciate it, buddy. Dark Fortune, thank you for the super chat. Poor Tech, I feel you, small little guy, but feels good not having to pay the Keem tax. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. I would never make him say that lady's name. That's not I couldn't. I would never assume I have the power to do that over anyone. They can say whatever the fuck they want. But I don't like the more I hear about this guy and the level of control he exerts and how it comes at the cost, in my opinion, and, you know, Tech doesn't agree, and that's fine. I respect that. But in my opinion, it seems like a real, you know, I don't know. It just seems weird to me. Nevrop 4202, thank you so much for the super chat. We very, very, very much appreciate it. Thank you, buddy. Now, we're going to move on. We had John Sulk. John Sulk would like to take a turn with the die. Johnny Sulk, are you still in? Are you still here? I never said Tech was awful. Tech to my daughter. I said this behavior, I don't want to see her pick up from you. There's a lot of behavior I would love for her to pick up from you, but not this. Newport Poppy, there's a lot of good people in the universe I would love to support, but I'm not supporting the tax. Okay, so do we have Sulk in here? Where if not, we'll move on and we'll come back if he shows up. But we have Sulk has paid the toll to come on in here and play with us, with what's called John Sulk. So we're ready for you if you're here. If not, we'll move on. Or if you would like a chance to go into the Madhouse and escape, then it'll cost you $20, but you can end up like Canty being on being on the screen with your sign or a statue. Or a statue. Yeah. Here we go. All right. So, there's John Sulk right there. Okay, he's ready. So listen, Bunny, we have on the sign. Do we know how much money? Tech, you need to let us know how much money we've made, though, so we can start adding it in your absence. Okay. Okay, John Sulk. Okay, since I don't think you're on the Discord, what we will do is just let you text us how you want to do this. Okay, so you are in room 1. You have a 6-sided die. Let us know when you are ready to throw it. Or maybe I should just, well, no, I'll wait. John Pond says, I hope Tech and Jaffe make up. Of course we'll make up. I think the guy's great, but I'm not going to fucking lie about that part. Because I'm serious. I don't like it for Tech. I certainly don't like it for my daughter. But, you know, that doesn't mean I don't like Tech. I think Tech's amazing. All right, what do we got? We're ready, John? There's Tracy, by the way. If he cannot handle this, then he won't last the LCU. He can handle it fine. I'm not, that's not the issue. I don't give a shit. Jay Styles says, I think the wedge is playing into Keem's plans. I don't care about the little man's plans.
Tracy's back on saying Tech's a hacker.
Hackers are a good thing, though, right? Aren't hackers good?
Oh, you remember she said he hacked into her Facebook that time?
Oh, okay. John Sulk, are you ready? Are we ready to roll? Tech, I know you're not on the camera, but are you watching the money? Otherwise, I'm going to have to get out some paper. Yeah, neglected tipples. I did not mean to talk about this. I'm really bothered by it. It really pisses me off that I'm. Anyway, let's focus. That's how we get out of it. Let's just pull the car out of the mud. Madhouse emojis we'll talk about in just a little bit. Okay, so I'm not going to wait for John to get into the Discord because it'll take too long. So John, just tell me. We're going to roll the first dice for you, John. We got to keep things moving. Here we go. All right, John, in the first room, you roll a 3. You have taken 1 point of damage. I'm going to have you roll again just because there's nothing to lose if you roll again. Here you go. All right, you got a 6. You have moved yourself up to the 2nd floor of the Madhouse. All right, here we go, buddy. Here we go. Escape the Madhouse. You're missing a health there, but that's not a problem. All right, now we have an 8-sided die, Johnny Sulk. Let's go. Let's see where it comes out. Here we go. 3. Hey, look at you go. You cleared that floor faster than Canty. All right. You are now in the church. 457 will get you to the final floor of the Madhouse. But now we're going to change to a 10-sided die. Here we go. Now at this point, though, Sulk, what I would say to you is if you quit without dying, you can guarantee you'll get on a sign in front of the Madhouse that we'll all see at the start of every show. So do you want to keep rolling or do you want to quit at this point? But you've only lost 4 health, so I imagine you're going to want to keep rolling, but I'll wait until you tell us. 30% chance to win the level, says Soothsayer, right? I mean, he's going to roll, right, Bunny?
Yeah, I would.
I can't roll. Okay, John says keep rolling. Here we go. All right. Okay, you've taken a swipe of damage, baby. That's not good, but you're still off to the races. Let's keep doing it. Here we go. Roll again. You want me to keep rolling, John Sulk, until you get down to 1 and then find you in the chat? That's what I'm going to do because it won't matter either way. I can stop at 1. It'll just keep the show moving. All right, Skyblazer, good to see you, buddy. 7. Okay, you made it. You made it to the top floor. Did I forget to remove 1 life? Okay, I'll remove 1 life. You are now at the last floor. Now things change, Johnny Sulk. You have 2 health left. Again, the rules apply. You can quit at any moment, but you have to match all of the cards. There's a mirror for each one. If you get one wrong, they close back up and you lose a point of health. J Styles, we are going to talk about merch and AI emotes and stuff in a few minutes right after this. So now the question, Johnny Sulk, is what numbers would you like? Okay, 4, and what else do you want? Because you got to match, right? So here is card 4. Behind card 4, you have the Mad Scientist. Okay. What's the next number? Willie Farnsworth says the game is too hard to win. I don't think so. All right, here we go. You want 6? Not bad. You've got your first match.
Hey.
All right, not bad. What's next, buddy?
I'll be psychic.
You goddamn right. Tech likely recognizes these people aren't coming around with good intent. It's not about a backbone. No, I know. I think Tech's a good stand-up guy. There's absolutely nothing about Tech I don't like. I just don't like this behavior, but that's not a Tech thing. That's, people do. You don't have to like everything somebody does to care about the person. 2, and okay, so 2 and 5. All right, 2 and 5. You got it. Here's 2. You got the slasher, and you've got. No, you got the Madhouse host. Sorry, buddy. So you've lost a. Let me close that up for you. You've lost a health now. So the question is, do you want to keep going or do you want to back out? Johnny Sulk. Let me do these things first real quick. Yeah, I just gave that away, didn't I? Okay.
Don't pay attention to that.
Okay, let's okay, you got 1 health left, Johnny Sulk. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Tech got fired. No, he didn't. What are you talking about?
No.
Tech's amazing. What are we doing, Johnny Sulk? Oh, he's back. You're going to risk it. This is your last life. All right.
Hell yeah.
7 and 2. Here we go. So number 2 will give you bump, and 7 will give you bump. All right. Sorry, buddy. You wash out and you don't get on any signs. I'm sorry, but thank you for playing. You almost escaped the Madhouse, but not quite. So maybe next time, pal. And that's how it works. So right now, the only person on a card is Miss Canty Canty. And if you guys want to play, it'll cost you $20 to buy in. And but in the meantime, we'll keep rolling along. Let me just get this card set back up. The scientist does not want to go away. Get out of here, you fuck. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, let's move forward. So, let us know in the chat. $20 will get you a buy-in. You got to start back on floor 1 though. Can you do it? I don't know. $20 neglected. $20 you get in the Madhouse to try your luck escaping the Madhouse being part of our display, says Tech. That's right. Okay. Yes, there are no punishments here. We're grown-ass adults. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
Oh my God. How did I ever get roped into that fucking community? Jesus fucking Christ, man. It's like waking up from a bad fucking dream. I mean, my God, who treats people that way? But again, I don't personally have a problem with the guy. I don't have any evidence. He was never a mean guy to me. He was always a nice guy.
Yeah, he was professional.
Yeah. He was. Just this is kind of weird though. I don't like it. Okay. Let's move forward, shall we, my friends? Let's see. Also, where are we, Tech, with the red door, with the gold door? Because I want to know if we're going to add an additional hour to the stream tonight, and if we are going to be turning on the landline. Ember says, I called in, told you exactly what would happen by getting involved. That's okay. I mean, look, I don't regret it though, because I did meet Bunny. I met Billy. I got to meet Boogie. You know, we got to build a lot of new fans who enjoy the stuff we do, and we enjoy hanging out with them. So I don't regret it. It's just kind of like, it's exhausting to just be around that. You know, one of the best things I heard somebody say once was like, it feels like when you're around certain people, they come in and they kind of take the energy out of the room. Like whenever they walk into a room. It feels like that with this universe. It's like, it's constant toxic exhaustion is all.
Yeah. I was surprised because before we talked to Keem, the day that we learned that we were actually fired.
Right.
I was holding my breath, like, because I thought I didn't want him to fire us. But then as soon as he said that he actually was, I felt it was like relief. And I didn't expect that. Like, it kind of surprised me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Tech says the gold door is open. Thank you, fellas, very much. So we will be streaming tonight until 9 o'clock California time. We'll be turning on the landline so you can call in, talk about whatever you want, as long as it's not hate speech or anything. And hopefully we can convince Tech to come. Tech, come back, you moron.
Come on.
Don't be a baby. We get to argue. We don't have to always agree. Yeah. And yes, I'm very...
room just like you left it.
Yeah. And I am very... Look, you know me. I am very passionate about this. I don't like things that I consider bullying. And I don't like when people I care about, I perceive people are bullying them. But we can have that conversation offline if you want, but you got to come back. It's your job. And more importantly, we like you here. So don't be a goddamn baby. Put your pantyhose on.
Come on, Tech.
Come on, Tech. Say, I'll tell you what, here's the deal. I'm going to go get a Mountain Dew. Bunny, if you don't convince him to come back, you will get a punishment.
Okay. I can do it.
She's like, do you promise?
Right.
Shut up, Bunny. All right, yeah. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Tech, if you don't come up here, I'm going to punch myself in the butt right now, and it's going to hurt so bad, and it's going to be your fault. I'll fucking do it. You think I won't do it? Get up here, Tech. I'm going to punch my own butt into oblivion. You better get up here. Come on, Tech. Tech. Ah! Ah! Come on. I'll hit myself in the face. I'll fucking do it. I'm gonna do it. Please, Tech, please. Yay! It worked. Look what I did.
It wasn't convincing enough. I'm leaving, buddy. You're gone from the show.
What? Oh, where'd you
You son of a bitch.
All right, listen, you sons of bitches. It's good to have you back, Tech. Neglected Tipples is going to be playing. He stepped up to the plate. Let's see what he's got. Here we go, buddy. Let's get you in that game. I'm so excited we get to stream another hour and talk to people on the telephone. And, you know, that shit's fun. Okay, Neglected Tipples, are you in our Discord or do you want to just do it over text? What you thinking, baby? And then after neglected tipples, we'll get to we'll do it with Mooch. Thank you, bud. My punishments would be demented. I wouldn't. Oh, I can't even say it jokingly. It's gross. So, one day you guys will wake up and see how gross it is.
Yeah.
It's weird. All right, Tipples, what's going on, baby? Tipples, do you want to play the game?
Tipples.
For $50, Farnsworth. He says, "Punish me, Jeffy." $50. McCamey Manor. You goddamn right. Fuck you, Sterling. God damn it.
Sterling. Sassy must have put a spell on him.
Right? All right. All right, Tipples, I'm going to move on, but you're in the queue if you want to play.
Yeah, roll it.
What is he? No, there's somebody else we can play with. Mooch. Is Tipples in?
Tipples in chat. He says roll it.
Okay. Okay, here we go. All right. Escape the Madhouse, my friends. Okay, there you are, Tipples. You're that lady. Let's roll the dice, a 6-sided dice. You got to get one of the 3 gold numbers in order to escape this floor. Can you do it, pal? Let's find out. 6, you're moving up, just like George and Wheezy, going up to the 2nd floor. Now we're rolling an 8-sided dice. You got to get the gold numbers. Can you do it? Do you have the skill to pay the bill? Here we go. Shit, Tipples, you're a goddamn rock star.
Dang.
All right, now we got ourselves... Wrong floor. Went back down. Sorry. Now we got ourselves a 10-sided die. Let's see what happens. Clear. 10. Here we go. Tip O'Malley. Oh, you got to get 4. Let me get your health back up. Badoo, badoo. All right, here we go. That is a 6. You take a swipe of health. What are we doing, Tipples? If you walk away, you, like Canty, will end up with a sign or gravestone in front of the house. But if you keep going, you may have a chance to get a statue out front for a week.
I think we only ask them once they're at 1 health.
Oh, okay.
There's no reason.
Okay. So 10-sided? Yeah, here we go.
He said roll it.
Let me move her. I don't know what that is. 6. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, here we go. Up. All right, you're at 1 health. What do you want to do? What's happening, Tipples?
I feel like I can sense that he's a gambler.
This is the... I'm eating a protein bar. That's all. I know it's gross. I'm sorry.
No.
He says roll it. You're a goddamn man of the cloth. Here we go. Whoa, you did it. All right. You have 1 health as you ascend to the final challenge. Pick 2 numbers. What you got, Tipples? Come on, baby. And here's the trick. None of the locations change from the last time. It's important to know that. Four and 5, he says. I can do that for you, pal. How much health does he have, though?
1 life.
Oh, you can only make a mistake once. Okay, so let me get rid of his health here. Okay. 4 and 5. Boop. 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 Scientist. Boop. Boop. Sorry, buddy.
Aww.
Sorry, Tipples. We appreciate you playing, though. Mooch, you ready to go? You ready to see if you can escape the goddamn madhouse? Come on now. See if Mooch is ready, you guys. In the meantime, let me get the board back.
Mooch said he's ready.
All right, Mooch, let me bring you down. Let me get your health back up. All right, here we go, Mooch. We'll talk all about the merch and the emotes right after this. Right after this. Okay. Mooch says he's ready. All right, here you go, bud. We're on floor 1. Let's move you back there. And 246 is what you're looking for on a 6-sided die. Can you do it, pal? I don't know. Doot. Oh no, he already took some damage there. All right, Soul Reg, we got you, buddy. Looking forward to playing with you. All right, here we go. Let's roll it again. We roll until you get to the 3rd floor, then we ask. 2. All right, you're moving on up. Thick Gemini, thank you, buddy. This is for Bunny's payroll, LOL. Very kind of you, buddy. She's worth a lot more than that. At least 20 more cents.
Yeah, 25 maybe.
Quarter. Maybe quarter.
Yeah, quarter.
So he lost a bit of health there. Now he's here. And we change to a 8-sided die. Here we go. All right.
Tracy's just roasting the hell out of y'all in the chat.
I'm not even reading it. What is she saying?
She said, it must be a race between Tech Protect and
did
David to see who can eat their feelings the fastest.
Oh, Tracy, you poor son of a schizophrenic bitch.
I think I might be the only one Tracy likes. Sorry.
I don't know. I guess. I mean, why does she dislike me? I've never been mean to her. I always like Tracy. All right, you're doing great. You're doing great. You got 3 health left, buddy. So now we are going to go to a 10-sided die. We're going to clear it out. Kevin Dillinger, thank you so much, buddy. Welcome to the Diet Goddamn Soda Soldiers. Canty says, Tracy loves me. I love Tracy. I love Tracy, too. Again, you guys are...
do?
Yeah, she's awesome. She's out of her fucking mind, but so what?
Y'all must have done something, though.
Here we go.
You and Tech.
Oh, I didn't do nothing to Tracy. I've been nothing but nice to her. Maybe she's mad I introduced her to Anthony. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Could be that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Now, here's where it matters. Who's the guy? This is Mooch? Meech? Who's playing this one?
Mooch.
Okay, Mooch, do you want to stop rolling and get your name on a sign, or do you want to roll to get to the next floor? Look at Anthony in the chat. He says, sigh. Oh, poor, bless his heart. What you want to do, Mooch? We got to roll. We got to move. We rolling or we quitting? You'll get a gravestone or a sign, though, in front of the Madhouse for a week. In the next couple days, we'll put it up if you quit now. I give you 15. Mooch says roll. You guys are fucking brave little motherfuckers. Here we go. Here we go. Holy shit, he did it. Got some bravery right there, buddy. You've got 1 life to live as we head over there. All right, Mooch, give me numbers. What do you got? What do you want, baby? Oh, these should be. Bump.
Remember, Mooch, the cards don't change. It's part of the game design.
It is part of the game design.
See, what's funny is I can't remember none of them, so...
Mooch says 4 and 6.
We're going to have this conversation. All right, there you go. Good job. All right, you got yourself a match. Nice. Where are you going next, Mooch? Where are we going next, baby? Come on, Mooch. You can do it. He's rolling back to the stream. He's like looking back 10 minutes. That's okay. Thank you, Kevin. Thanks for being here, buddy. Appreciate it. Thanks for the support. Mooch, you got to give me 2 numbers, though. I need 2. You just gave me 8. 8 and what?
I think he wants to see 8 first before he opens the second one.
Nah, he's got to give me 2. Come on, Mooch. Put your back into it, baby. You can do it. No cheating. He can cheat. I don't care. I mean, it's not cheating. Okay, Mooch says 8 and number 2. All right, you got it, bud. All right. Boom.
It's like on The Price is Right when everybody's shouting the numbers from the audience and they're listening like they can.
Oh, absolutely. I love that. That's the shit.
Yeah.
All right, good job, Mooch. What's next, buddy? Nobody listened to Dizzy. Sterling got it. Sterling said 8 and 2, but Dizzy's like 8 and 3. Unless he's trying to fuck with him. Come on, Mooch. What you got, baby? That's like a slasher. I don't fucking know. Okay, 7 and what, Mooch? You can't just give me 7. Jason gave me 4 numbers. Good job, buddy. 7 and 1. All right, you got it. All right. Okay.
Thank you, Gemini.
All right, Mooch. I guess 3 and 5 is what you want next. I mean, let's just assume that's what you want next. Okay. All right, here we go. And Mooch is like, I'm going to back out. I want to stop. All right. All right, and 3 and 5. You did it. Good job, buddy. You get a statue in front of the Madhouse starting tomorrow or the next day. Send us a picture of what you want on the statue, including you. We have another player. We're going to go through one more player, unless people want to keep playing. We can have multiple statues. We can only play it. How many more times, Tech? We're only going to do it. How many times you want to play it before we move on?
We set it up for 2 more times. Solar Edge already paid the 20.
We set it up for how many times?
2 more times from this.
Okay, cool. All right.
Solar Edge, welcome to the fucking Madhouse.
Is Solar Edge, and now that it's pretty easy to win if you get lucky. If you guys want to jump in to play real quick.
Yeah, don't screenshot 20 seconds before this to know the answers. It's the game design, guys. You got this.
In fact, here's the deal. Here's the deal now. Because this is now so easy because it's been solved, if you make it to the 4th floor, I'll just give it to you because this is already solved now. So we've got Solar Edge, right? And again, we're doing up to 4 statues. We've got 1 statue given away, but we're going to move on after Solar Edge and 1 more. So if there's one, is it 1 more or 2 more, Tech, after Solar Edge?
Just Solar Edge and 1 more person. The next person to drop a 20
gets
their shot.
Is the last player to get a statue. We already got 1 statue and 1 sign for later in the week, and it'll last for a week. Here we go. This goes out to my good friend Solar Edge. Here we go, buddy. All right, you take a little swipe of the health there, but that's okay. You're still feeling really good. Here we go. That is a 2, and you ascend to a floor. Now we change to an 8-sided die. Okay, we throw it.
Oh, we had 2 20s. Right. I think they came in simultaneously. I think we give it to them. No more entries.
No more entries. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Ludum. Thank you, Solar Edge. Thank you, fucking Frog. Appreciate it. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, you're doing great. Solar Edge. All right, go up to the next floor. If you make it out of this one, you automatically get a statue. See how easy that is? Come on now. All right, so do you want to roll or do you want to stop rolling, Solar Edge? You're going to a 10-sided die. What do you want to do? If you stop rolling, you're automatically getting a gravestone or a sign. Solar Edge wants to roll. Okay, here we go. You got a 2. Yeah. You want to roll again? What are we doing, baby? You get yourself a gravestone or we roll?
I think he said we rolling.
No, well, he said that one, but I want to make sure I understand. Tracy, I don't know if that's sarcastic or not, but I'll take it as a compliment. She's like, I'm not even talking to you, idiot. Shut up, Tracy. Shut up, Tracy.
I love Tracy.
I do too. She's a whimsical skedaddler. Solar Edge says roll. Here we go. What is that? A 4 or a 0? Tech? What is that?
That's a 4, Jeffy.
Is it? How can you tell?
Because It is.
All right. All right, we got, okay, so you made it. You've escaped the madhouse. Doo-doo. Whoop. Hey, that's not you. Hang on. I have to make her run. It's like, no, you don't, Jeffy. Yes, I do. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. All right, you've escaped the madhouse. Congratulations. We have 2 statues and a sign. We have our 2 final players. Let me reset everything. It will just take a moment. Who's playing next? Who do we got, Tech?
We have Ludium rolling.
Here we go. Ludium, you are up. Let's see if you can escape the house of the mad motherfuckers. Here we go, buddy.
Yep. Again, no more entries, guys. We've filled up the rooms.
All right, you've moved to the 2nd floor. You have moved to the 2nd floor. You jump to an 8-sided die. Here we go. Clear and throw. Maybe. Oh, wait. Nope. Okay. All right, you're getting a swipe at the devil, which you already had. So, okay, we're going to roll again. A 5. All right, good job. You made it to the almost final floor. Here we go. And now we go to a 10-sided. And I think you've only taken... let me see how much damage you took down there. I think you've only taken 1 hit point of damage. So I'll give you... Hey, now that's wrong. No. All right, you can stop rolling at any time. Who is this who's playing again?
Ludium.
Ludium, here we go. Okay. Point of damage down. We're going to roll again until you get to 1, Ludium. Then we'll give you a choice. All right, there's your choice. What do you want to do? Would you like a guaranteed gravestone or sign, or do you want a statue? But if you don't escape, you don't get anything.
He's going to take the risk.
I guess so.
Feel it.
He wants to roll.
Yeah.
Here we go, buddy. This is it.
Nusu with 1 gifted member. Thank you, Nusu.
I'm going to roll this again because it says 0, and I didn't count on 0. So let's do that again because I got nothing for that. That's a reroll.
0 is a 10.
Ah, shit. Sorry, buddy. You get nothing. You get nothing.
Yeah. 0 on that dice, Jeffy, by the way, is a 10.
Oh, it is a 10. Oh, well, then you died. Okay, good to know. All right. Thank you, buddy. What's next? This is the last thing, then we're going to move on. I'll tell you in a second. Nusu, thank you for the gift membership. We really do appreciate that. You are doing the Lord's work with the Righteous Gemstones. Thank you, buddy. And Thick Gemini, thank you as well for the gift membership. I just started watching that last night. I only watched the first episode. Bunny, have you watched it?
I love the Righteous Gemstones. I think that show might have stolen from my family or something.
Okay. Does it get after the first episode? I liked it, but I wasn't like, oh my God, I get the big deal. Does it take a couple episodes to get going, or is it immediate?
It gets better. Oh, it definitely gets better.
All right. Okay. I really liked what I watched. Yeah. Paul, we'll give you a merch update in just a minute. Hang on. Tracy Montgomery, but thank you for asking, Paul.
We're doing the last one for a fucking frog, right?
Yes. Hey, Kat. Lexus. What's her name? Lexus? Lynx. Thank you for the 5 gift memberships, buddy. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Very, very generous and very, very kind.
You remember when I said I used to clog and y'all were like, what's that? And Jeffy was like,
well, we said wooden shoes, right?
Yeah, but no. I know I was saying no, it's not that. They do clogging in the Righteous Gemstones. You'll see it in there. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. All right. Yes, there is a Discord link. Tech, we'll give it to you in just a second. Okay. This is going out to the last player. This is Frog, right? Here we go, Frog. We're going to throw it. All right, you ascend. You ascend to clarity. Let me give you some health back, and we're going to an 8-sided. All right, clear. There we go. 4. You take a swipe from the devil. We'll keep rolling because you got nothing to lose right now. Where are all my lights? Can you not see me? Am I not visible on the screen? Take another swipe from the devil. Come on now. Come on, Froggy. You can do it. 2. Oh, buddy. All right, well, you got to try again because there's nothing to lose right now. Come on, you can make it. You can make it. All right, good job, buddy. You made it to the 3rd floor. Now the question is, what do you want to do, Froggy? Do you want to just sort of pack it up and go, fuck it, I'll take a gravestone or a sign? Or do you want the whole deal? You want to risk it. You've got a 10-sided die now, and you've got to hit one of 3 numbers. It's 30% chance you'll get it.
He's going to do it.
I don't think he's going to do it. He's had a bad run of luck. He's a smart frog. I'll take the gravestone. There you go. I got it. All right. So, Tech, we've got 2 gravestones, Canty and Frog, and we've got, I think, 2 statues, right? We've got, I forget who, but I'll go back and look. But we've got 2 statues. There you go, fellas. And seriously, I need real, honest feedback on this. This game takes a lot of time to play, and it took a big chunk. Now, I'm glad that we're going to be extending the stream for another hour. But did we like this, or is it too elaborate and this is not what you come here for? Because I fucking hate going to certain shows and they do shit like this. And if it's not good and not compelling, I never want to do something like this again. So 1's if you like it, 2 if you hate it. Or not hate it, but just give me 1's if you like it and want to see something more. Or 2 if it's like, this is not for me, Jeffy. Please don't do this again. Helps us make the show better. It's a bit elaborate. Somehow make it faster. 1, 1, 1. So most Cole Raider says 2. Everybody else says 1. Twisted Sis says 2. But what do you think, Tech? Mostly it's 1, right? 2 because it's long. We can speed it up, maybe.
People liked it.
All right.
People were a fan.
We'll do a better version in the future. Twisted Sith, you can't keep saying the same thing. He's like, yeah, I can. Watch me, motherfucker. All right, fine, whatever. Okay.
Voting in America.
Yeah, I can vote as many times as I want to. It's America. Yeah, Combat says maybe save it for the end of the show. That makes sense. Okay. All right, let me let's get our show back on the road here. I want to talk about Okay, let me play this clip. Well, come on now. Oh, okay, we're going to get to merch. Okay, Tech, please remind us we want to get to merch and all that and discuss where we're at with that because I do want to have a discussion with you guys about it based on something that happened last night. But before we get to that, I do want to do this story. Oh, by the way, this is what really... Come on the chat, Tech. Where's your visual?
I broke my camera.
Sure you did. Tech just put up a poll. Tech and I had a game design debate earlier, and this may have been what set him off. He did not like the idea, and it's actually a very interesting debate design conundrum, right? He did not like the fact that every time you made it to the 4th floor, the cards were always the same. Now, I did fuck up by revealing some that I shouldn't because I'm not doing it all by hand. What I liked about it was I thought it might motivate more people to play because it's hard enough to get there randomly. And if you get there randomly, then you have a little bit of an edge because, if you can just make it to that floor, you can use your memory. But Tech, the reason you didn't like it was what?
It feels like the people that start and make it there are taking all the risk. And it feels like, why the fuck would I want to be the first person to go and unlock it for everyone else? I'd rather just wait until someone else donates first. And it feels like, a little unbalanced. Like Canty got kind of shit-canned because she went first, right? And then, we have people like Ludium or whoever went at the end. Way better odds of winning this.
Right. I like that chat helped and you could learn from earlier people. Makes it fun, says Mooch.
Yeah,
the first one deserves extra credit. That's all. Yeah, that's a good point. The first one maybe we should, and Canty already got a sign, but that's a really good point. Maybe what we do is we say that she gets like a gold gravestone or something special because she did.
Yeah. Like if the first person who won, first person that won that, right. The first person that wins the last room should have a much more extravagant, like winning. because they were able to unlock the final puzzle, like the last door to actually escape the house or something.
Right. Canty says it's happy. I'm happy. It's okay. I love y'all. No, Canty. We have to make the game the best. We have to get Game of the Year at the Dice Awards and Jeff Keighley's show. Yeah. Okay. We will improve it. Thank you for the feedback. And yeah, 36% went with me, 64% went with Tech. That's why I don't make games anymore. All right, let's begin. I want to show you this clip. It's only like a minute, and I'm not even going to show you the whole thing, but it leads into the next point of the discussion. But I don't understand, honestly. I've never had this happen. You guys tell me if this has occurred to you, because these people are talking about it like it's a recurring thing that everyone's experienced.
And that is that here is more proof that we...
yeah, you're showing it to the stream, but not to us on Discord.
Right, hang on. Here we go.
What I have found, and that is that here is more proof that we could be living in a matrix.
This is proof that we live in a simulation. There's no one in this aisle. I guarantee while we're still in this aisle, 4 or 5 people will come down here.
I think it's very interesting that we've all experienced this. You go to an aisle in Walmart, shout out to Walmart, one of our sponsors, or Albertsons, shout out to Albertsons, another one of our sponsors.
APAC. While he's twitching, he's malfunctioning.
Everybody has experienced this, where you go to an aisle in Walmart, even if you're in Israel. I'm sure you go down an aisle, nobody's there, and then all of a sudden 4 or 5 people show up. I don't know why it always has to be 4 or 5, but there's this special number with those.
4 + 5 is 9, and 369. That's Tesla's magic numbers.
It's also 369 to Kurok.
Yeah, like Kurok.
Yeah. You go to down a street that is completely dead, back rows that nobody takes, and all of a sudden everybody's taking it just because you turned down it. And this is why you can see scenes like this on The Truman Show. Jim Carrey turns down a road, and all of a sudden 5 people turn right in front of him. So the programmers send people your way to steer you in the way you should go.
Okay, has anybody had this experience? I heard this and I was like, I don't relate to this at all.
Tracy has.
No.
Tracy says she has?
No, I'm just guessing.
Okay, yeah. So I thought it was imminent. Yeah, confirmation bias. Okay, they're making me dumber. Yeah, okay. So that's not what I wanted to mainly talk about, but I did want to show this because I was kind of like going, is this like a thing? I've never ever heard this. Mm-hmm. But does he think everyone else is an NPC since they're all apparently filler characters, says Blockade. I don't know what he thinks, but what I will tell you is I did see an amazing documentary. I think it was called something about the Matrix, and it was about this guy who shot his family and killed them with a shotgun. And it was because he had seen the Matrix and he was convinced that he was in a simulation and that his parents were not real. And they're dead now, and he's in jail, and he's like, oh, I guess I was wrong.
Yeah.
So, but it opens up. I'm going to show you a couple seconds of this. This is a experiment with LSD in the 60s. Okay. And they recorded this woman, and I just want to show you before and after. So they just normal people. These weren't hippie dippies, just some lady, some housewife.
We're looking for normal people, and I volunteered.
A little while back, you took quite a series of psychological tests, and I can assure you that you're a very stable and well-balanced person as a result of the tests. And how do you feel about coming here and drinking this strange material?
I'm a little nervous.
I didn't know you drank LSD, by the way. I'd never taken it.
Yeah, you can get it liquid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
This is a glass of water, colorless, tasteless. It contains 100 gamma of LSD-25, 1/10 of a milligram, the equivalent of 1/600th of a grain. An ounce of this material will make 150,000 such doses.
Which, you've done LSD, Bunny, yeah?
Yeah, I've done a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to see if this. Yeah, Lunacore says it tastes like happy. Yeah, let me give this to you real quick.
Let us observe the effect some 3 hours later.
I'm trying.
Oh, it's just like you're released or you're free or I don't know how I can tell you.
How do you feel inside?
Inside. I don't have any inside.
Is it all one?
It would be all one if you weren't here, and if nobody else. Yes, everything is one. You have nothing to do with it. I am one with what I am.
So, and what this reminds me of, and I'm going somewhere with this, I promise, but there was, and I'm not going to play this because it's too long, but I recommend looking it up. Jill, there's a very famous TED Talk from Jill Bolte Taylor about having a stroke, and she was a neuroscientist. And she pretty much, and she had a stroke, but because she was a neuroscientist, she was able to recognize what was happening to a large degree. And in that, when she was saved, she was able to come out of it and talk about it. But one of the things that she said that I just thought was really fascinating was she was talking about how, like that other woman said, she can see the molecules. She said she put her hand up against the shower when the stroke was kicking in, and she could see the molecules in her hand molding into the molecules in the shower, the tile in the shower. And she recognized that everything was just the same thing, which is exactly what this woman is saying. And so again, this kind of almost goes back, or it definitely goes back to when we were talking about, I don't believe a lot of the conspiracy theory stuff because there's just no evidence, but I certainly believe we are being lied to constantly by the powers that are. And I look at this, and I know it's easy to look at these people who get all ooh and go, oh, haha, you're high. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. But I've been so high enough times that I even when I'm sober like I am now, there is, like, I think we've been conditioned. I mean, this isn't a new thought, but I mean, do you agree that we've been conditioned to mock this and not see this and not believe in this stuff? Not just because it helps people with depression and everything in terms of psilocybin, but in terms of just like, do you think there is a concerted effort to keep us from and keep people from knowing about this stuff?
Yeah, because I think that, like, I honestly think that we're supposed to have psilocybin. Like, I remember reading a long time ago, they did this study where they let a football team or a group of guys that were playing football together, they let them take psilocybin and the other team didn't. And the team that took psilocybin, they said that they just felt like their bodies worked the way they were supposed to. Like their minds worked. They
you're
didn't
saying
feel like they had an advantage.
Were they playing football while they were on mushrooms?
Yeah. They had them microdose mushrooms, and then the other team didn't. And then they asked them, like, did you feel like you had an advantage or a disadvantage? And they said they didn't feel like they had an advantage, like, over the other team. They just felt like their bodies and their minds worked exactly the way they were supposed to.
But
they just felt like they were working at full.
Did they win?
What? Yeah, they won. They beat the other team, and they
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and the whole thing was like, they were asking them if compared to how you normally play, did you feel like you really as if you took steroids or something? And they were like, no. Like they just felt like everything worked the way it's supposed to.
Lol Calgoon says somebody pitched a no-hitter in baseball on shrooms. And Ricky says Mike Tyson would fight on mushrooms. I did not know this. Block A says there's definitely a concerted effort. Reefer Madness is a good illustration of how people with certain views want their ideas to be the default ideas. K-Nub says, I've tripped balls every which way, and I'm saying I wouldn't want it to be accessible to everyone. I don't know. I wonder if we're supposed to. I wonder if we're like this stuff.
I'm telling you, when you take it, you feel like you're supposed to. Like you feel you instantly have this feeling of like, oh, this is how I'm supposed to see things and feel. Like everything just feels right on mushrooms. You'll see. Or at least that's how I feel. And maybe that's why I've done so much.
No, I believe you, and I've not done them because I've been meaning to do them. I have somebody who I can get them from. I just haven't really been in a situation where I feel comfortable doing them yet. But, I guess what I wonder is because there's all this other stuff, right? We've talked in the past on this show about like the Monroe Institute, remote viewing, the CIA with their gateway theory and their gateway experiments about understanding the universe and astral travel. And it's just this idea of there are people out there that really understand what's going on, or at least a lot more, and they're keeping that from everybody. And there's something about that as I get older, and I don't know why, that I just find it incredibly fascinating. Like, you know, I mean, you're about 20 years younger than I am, give or take. So, I mean, have you always been fascinated, or as you age? Like when I was 30, all I wanted to do was be a big shot, successful video game guy. This was interesting to me, but I had other things to worry about.
No, I've always been into like weird stuff that didn't make any sense. Like, and a big part of it probably is my stepdad had this collection of encyclopedias that I now have that it's just all about like weird shit. Like,
are you
UFOs.
talking about the Time Life series of books? Because my mama, and we barely had any money, and she saved up and she got me every last one of those fucking books with a beautiful black hardcover, and then they have these pictures on the like the pier. Oh, you don't got those. You don't got.
While she's grabbing them, thank you, Mitch, for 10 gifted memberships. We appreciate you.
I had all of those, Bunny. The first one I got was Mystic Places. Oh, I loved those.
Entire collection.
Oh, so when you were little,
this is what started it all. Yeah.
Amazing stuff.
Yep.
I love it. Kevin says, I astral traveled last night. Did you really? And if you did, can you talk to us about that? We're going to turn on the phone in just a little bit. Can we see? What do you mean, can you see? Oh, you mean Bunny? Let's go full screen. Can you show him the books real quick, Bunny? Mish, like Tech said, thank you so much for that very, very generous super chat of gift memberships. 10 folks have just now acquired the gift of memberships, not only to this channel, but for helping to wipe out the disease of little kids that don't like cartoons. I know it's crazy. I know it sounds fucking crazy. Oh, you don't see the Discord call. I'm so sorry, you guys. Thanks, Tech.
Oh.
Thanks for stopping by, Tech. All right.
Okay, bye.
Let's see. Where do we go? How do we get rid of that? Why is that on there? Oh, I see why. Okay, 1 second. Main screen. Yeah, my bad, you guys. All right, there you go. Where did Tech go?
Oh, he said bye.
Why would he say bye? We're still doing a show.
Oh no, he said bye, guys.
All right, weird. Okay, so now you just see the article. Yeah, now you should see all of our face. I want to try shrooms. I do. Yeah, Bunny, show them again, though. This is what she's talking about. When I was a kid, they had these great commercials for these books. And like I said, we didn't have much money, and my mom found a way to get them for me. And it was, I mean, they're fucking eye-opening. I mean, for a kid, if you're
those books were like my whole entire childhood. I think I read through every single one of them. I know I've read through all of them now.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Kevin said, okay, Kevin called earlier in the show, but you're saying that you astral travel all the time. Okay. Yeah. 1-800-TIME-LIFE. Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. Okay. So I want to talk about something, and then we'll turn on the phone because people were asking about merch and everything. So I'm doing the show after we did the show yesterday, and a lot of people after the show, we met in a VC and we were doing AI ideas for merch. Right. And we had some really good stuff come up, and I was showing my son last night, Calvin, and he immediately was like, okay. And this is what he said. Now I got to really think about this. Oh, people are waiting in Discord, Tech. Is that right?
Yeah, but the room is so full of people just having a conversation. It's hard to choose like who actually wants to be pulled in. It feels like they're just hanging out in a VC.
All right.
We'll fix it for next stream.
All right. Well, if anybody wants to come in, send a message.
I'll go in there and find out.
Okay. So we're doing these things, and I just want to show you a couple of them first that Bunny did and some other people did, and we had but all of it's done with AI. All of it's done with AI. Yeah. And I thought there were some really good ones, really, really good ones. This one I thought was great. This I think was from Rocker Matt, I think. But my son says to me, and I thought he had a really good point. He said, I don't have a problem with AI being used for things, but if you're directly selling a product that is made from AI, which is obviously trained off of real artists that were not compensated, that seems morally not good. And I spent a while talking to him about it, and I kind of emerged from that conversation. As much as I want to rush and make a bunch of these things, I think he's kind of right. I mean, I think artists are going away, unfortunately, for the most part. I think what's ultimately going to happen, if artists get legal rights, it's probably going to end up coming down to companies like Adobe that say, we're going to pay our artist and train our artists on, or train our AI on the artist we've hired or that we've gotten the rights to. So at least it's ethical. There's no turning it back. There's no rolling it back at this point. But I do think until that happens, as much as I will continue to use AI and stuff like the show and everything, I don't feel good about selling something and making money for us off of something that artificial intelligence, I mean, I don't know. You're an actual artist, Bunny. I mean, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I agree. I agree, but I do think AI is something the artists are going to have to learn to work with also.
Right.
Utilize it, So I'm on the fence about it, but I'm leaning more towards it. I definitely,
I mean, here's what I'll say. Since
we're
gonna...
leaving out the compensating the artists, that part, I agree. Yeah.
All right. So if you're okay with it, I was going to work with you. I mean, because I know you're an artist. You're doing stuff. We could hire an artist or two. I definitely want merch as soon as possible. But I don't feel good about, like, if you and Tech want to do merch that's built on AI, since we're splitting it 33% each, you guys just split it halfway. I don't want to take money. I'm okay selling it in the store, but I'm not okay taking a cut of it unless we've got it by hand, is what I would say. So
as your manager, you should take a cut of it.
I can't. I'm not going to do it.
Well, I'll give you my cut.
I don't want your cut, but you're going to get your cut, which would be 33% or 50%.
I don't want to cut. Anyways, we have Wesley Luke Sacobon.
Well, hang on. We just got to answer the question of where is the merch.
I'm fine with real artists doing it. I mean, I can definitely do it. So
right. Okay.
That's no problem.
So there's your answer. Your answer is we are doing merch. We have some great ideas, but we would like to work. We would like to work with some artists, so it's going to be a little bit longer. Basically, we do have the vending machine that you already made that we can use once it's finished. But that's real art. So.
Yeah, I gotta change all the.
Okay. All right. That guy, thank you for the super chat. I think people are going to have to do it for the love of the game. Meaning is harder to find when computers can always do it better and faster and cheaper. Yeah, no, I'm with you 1,000%. I just, I feel shitty taking money for it is all. All right, Tech, what were you saying?
Wesley Luke does want to call in. He had questions about UFOs. and their significance in the government.
Okay.
And then he had a games question.
All right. Is he in the Discord?
Wesley, welcome into the call. You're on stream. You have some
Wesley.
questions for Jaffe.
Wesley.
What's up, David Jaffe?
Well, doing a show. What are you doing?
Just playing some video games.
Excellent. What are you playing?
Madhouse. I was playing some Splinter Cell, the older video games, Conviction, and some Last of Us.
Okay, excellent. So what would you like to chat about, my pal?
Well, I wanted to first talk about how I think some of the UFOs are connected to the government, and also how some video game reviewers are bad at video games.
All right, well, let's talk about the UFOs, because that's more of the wheelhouse for this show. So talk about, get into that if you would, please.
Well, okay, so they've had some sightings of these UFOs, right? How they go into the ocean, or they have hoses that are sucking up water. Now that coincides with, like, nuclear energy. And Russia has been known to have been making drones that are nuclear powered, and they are right as of today, that basically can fly forever due to nuclear energy. So what's happening, I think and believe, is that they're sinking these nuclear bombs that are going to go hot straight into the ocean. And that's what we are seeing on most of these videos. And people think, oh, this is some kind of UFO from another planet. But it's really a crazy nuclear bomb about to go off that has a nuclear reactor or core. And they need water to cool it down. So I started to coincide or correlate all these videos, right, on the internet. It was interesting, I thought.
But wait a second, though. So are you saying these UFOs are coming over here from Russia, and the way we're keeping them from blowing up cities is by getting them into the ocean?
Exactly.
No, not keeping them from doing it. He's saying that because nuclear reactivity requires like a good source of water, right? That either it's like aliens going into the oceans, pulling up water to keep their like nuclear power like stable, right? That's why we're seeing them on the coast. Or Russia is planting nuclear bombs into the ocean that they will later set off.
Oh, well so that, I don't know if it makes sense, but that at least, if they can pull that off, that seems kind of viable. It's a little weird they'd be doing it so close to the shore. You'd think they'd do it 20 miles out and then just have them kind of move under the water, but I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, though, right?
Okay, no, I don't know. What am I missing then?
Because most of the videos you'll see, or you see the direct TV, not direct TV, the Travel Channel, Unexplained Mysteries. These videos show UFOs sinking into the ocean. So that means they have a nuclear core that's getting hot. And if you've seen nuclear facilities that have blown up, like Chernobyl or such, it's a nuclear bomb, essentially.
Okay, I mean, my response is, okay, maybe, but here's where I'll agree with you. The more stuff that's happening, like with this Lou Alzando stuff that's coming out more and more like he's a shyster, it's more looking like the government knows exactly what is happening and what is going on, and we are being fed some horse shit about UFOs. I want to play you this clip real quick. This just was on today from News Nation. They cover the UFO stuff a lot.
There is indeed something going on in a particular part of Arizona, and that there may in fact be secret facilities that are being used for the development of technologies that haven't yet been revealed.
And that's what we call, in TV, that's what we call a tease. Ross, we'll just have to tune in and find out. Let me pop up this video, if we can, this great, yes, okay, here it is. You examined this video captured. I mean, to my naked eye, it's green video with small white lights. You have a very different lens than most of us do. What do you see or decipher when you look at this yourself, Ross?
Obviously, the human eye is a lot sharper on the event, and what we saw multiple times that evening, late at night, was large orbs rising from behind a particular location in Arizona, being escorted by military helicopters. Whatever this is, it appears to have the sanction of sections of the US military. And what they're practicing with are enormously powerful craft that are capable of things that, frankly, I think, defy a lot of explanation. And it does make us wonder what is really going on in the desert of Arizona. I think this might explain a lot of the anomalous activity that's been seen for years over Arizona, right back to the notorious Phoenix Lights incident.
Right. So, I mean, that to me is kind of, the more I hear this, the more I see Lou Elizondo get debunked, the more I hear these guys going on about PSYOPs and the government having hearings that go nowhere, the more I do think we're looking at some kind of energy source technology and we're just being fucking lied to. I do not think it's aliens anymore.
One thing I know about that is that if you look at the new technology for like F-36 fighter planes and all that, right?
Yep.
Or the F-22 Raptor, they've invented drones that could fly alongside them. So instead of the plane getting hit by one of the Sidewinder missiles, it's the drone that comes off the plane.
That is true.
It's like the
that is new technology.
It's like R-Type, the old shooters in the arcade where you had the thing that
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
All right, Jeffy, we have another caller.
All right,
fan favorite.
Uh-oh,
Thank you, Wesley.
Thanks, Wesley.
Fan favorite of the community. Huge internet personality.
Oh, it's Pete Turtleback?
Embers Arcade.
Oh Lord, here we go.
He wants to. Here's Embers. We spoke for a little bit. He wants to ask you a question related to simulation theory.
All right, what's up, bud? Good to talk to you again.
Jeff, I wanted to ask your thoughts about simulation theory and about how it applies practically to life, right? Like, what difference does it make if you're able to confirm, for instance, that that your life is made of, we'll say, pixels and zeros and ones?
Well, I think those are two different questions. Our life is basically made of pixels, whether or not we call them atoms and quarks or pixels or zeros and ones. We're made of all this small stuff that we can't really comprehend as full-size beings, or not full-size, but full-size for us. So the material is irrelevant. But if you're talking about why does simulation theory matter, I don't know, because it's A, interesting, B, it gets us closer to the truth about what is really going on. It probably also allows us maybe to live life a little bit differently. Like if we knew we were in a simulation, and then from that we could go, okay, we're in a simulation and we die and there's nothing. It is just simply turning off a sim. Or it has to do with free will, right? Like I've been playing a game, this new Sims game, Enzio or whatever. And what really is amazing about that is that sometimes you can take direct control over it. And that's like having free will of that character. Other times you just let it run like a wind-up toy based on choices you made, and it just does it. And both of those feel like real life, where we go on autopilot and we just do things for our lives that we're used to and that make us happy. But how often are we all really awake all the time? And why aren't we awake more? So I think knowing we're in a simulation, not just for the fact of like, shit, well, what does that mean? Who simulated us? How many simulations? Are we in individual simulations? When we, quote, die, what ends up happening? And if what ends up happening we deduce is nothing, how does that change society? I mean, it's one of the biggest questions in the world. So when you say, what does it matter? I think it matters plenty. I'm surprised you don't think it would matter at all.
Well, I think that the universe is obviously created. It's visibly been created. I think that it's silly to think that someone didn't simulate the universe.
Well, you're talking about something different. You're talking about your belief in an actual proper religious God, and that's fine, but that's not what I talk about when I say simulation theory. There's a big difference between simulating the human race, a million years ago, and we're in some kid's computer, in sci-fi school, and he's our God, and actually I am the Lord your God with the 10 Commandments and the burning bush, and this is all one universe, and he knows everything. I mean, those are two very different things.
They could coincide, right? Like, what if the earlier stuff in the Bible about like angels coming down and looking kind of strange, being like these circles of eyes and all this other shit, right? The burning bush. What if that was like early on in the development where the moderators had to like hop into the server and be like, "Yo, dog, chill." Like, hey, you gotta relax. Like, it could have been that the simulation is a way to test whether you're a good person in the real world, which is heaven or what have you, right? And so they put everyone through the simulation to see how they go through it, right? And it's a running sim, it's a running game,
right?
Well, ultimately, Jeffy, what I'm asking you about is practical application, right? It's like you take this idea and you play with it, and it doesn't really affect the decisions that you make. You're saying, what if we find out that we are in a simulation? How would that change the decisions that I make day to day? Well, I'm telling you that I know that the universe is simulated, not in the way that you're saying, but the universe was created, and that comes with a series of assumptions and responsibilities that I have to uphold as a person who's alive in this simulation. It is affecting me. It's affecting my practical application of life every single day.
Sure.
So what I'm asking you is, what does your interpretation of whatever this simulation theory is do to your practical day-to-day life?
Right now, nothing, but allows me to continue to explore it because I'm curious about it. But if I were to find out we were in a simulation, and by the way, what you're looking at on screen is AI interpreting the Bible's take on
Seraphims
angels,
or whatever.
Yeah, based on what Tony was talking about. But if I were to find out we were in a simulation, my next step would be, okay, then are we being directly controlled? How does it affect free will? And what happens when we shut our character off? And if it turned out the answer to what happens when we shut our character off is we don't exist anymore, then I think it becomes Grand Theft Auto. Or maybe
isn't it interesting that if you have an interpretation of the universe that maybe precludes something like moral responsibility that comes from God, it becomes Grand Theft Auto. That's an interesting.
It's
that's
not.
An interesting thought.
You're adding words to it. What I'm saying is, if it turns out that none of us matter and that everyone's just ones and zeros and we die and it's all nothing, then nothing's really real for us in the simulation. And so it's less about God's moral code and more about going, oh, half these people are NPCs that aren't even as real as I am. If I could find that out, and it's like, I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm not going to make anybody sad. If I kill this person, he's not really real. He doesn't have a real family. Yeah. It's not about going, oh, because it's God would judge me. It's because I don't want to be a mean person and hurt people. And if my
here's why I know you don't believe that. Do you love your children?
I really don't.
I want you to answer me like an adult. Do you love your children?
I really fucking don't, because adults can say bad words. I adore my children, you moron. Yes. Hello, Chutters. Welcome to the Diet Soda Soldiers. Glad to have you here.
Is that love fake? Is it false?
I don't know what that means.
Is it a symptom of the simulation?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I have no idea if the love I have and I feel for my children, how much of it, if any, if all, is purely biological and chemical, how much of it is some kind of thing that transcends our physical meat bags, how much of it is programmed. So when my simulated character was created, the person who gave me my stats put love of children up to 18 and like love of exercise down at 2. I couldn't tell you. I have no idea.
I think that you should be willing to have a little bit more courage about that, man. You're a father. I think that you should say that the love you feel for your kids is evidence of your free will, and not that you're just some simulated thing that's being controlled by some kid in a science class.
Do you understand? I mean, I'm really asking you this. Do you understand the problem with the way you discuss and debate? Like, I'm a real smart guy. You're not going to get shit past me. Right?
You're really not, Jaffe. Okay. You really aren't.
Okay. You're not going to get stuff. We just disconnected. It'll come right back, though. It says OBS Studio disconnected, reconnected.
We're back.
Okay. So when you put something in a statement like, you should be braver, right? It's like that is such a stupid waste of words on someone like me, because I don't get my buttons pushed by that other than to think you're being obnoxious.
This
right?
response sounds like the response of a man whose buttons have been pushed.
Pushed in a different way. Pushed because I go, wow, I
pushed nonetheless.
No, push nonetheless is not. I got to kick you. You're not smart enough to talk to me. But before I kick you, I'll tell you why you're not smart enough to talk to me. This is your
defense. This is the same thing you do with everybody whenever you feel cornered.
Kick him, please. Kick him, Tech. This is what people like him do. I would have been happy talking to him for 30 more minutes, and he can call back in if he wants. Okay, but I'm going to have the floor to speak because it's my fucking show. And bunnies and Tex and these angels up here apparently.
Yes. Damien.
The idea of when I said my buttons are, you sound like the kind of guy who has your buttons pushed. Now I do, or not because of that. Well, they were pushed nonetheless. Like that's a win for him. And I'm like, yeah, you're pushing my buttons because you're obnoxious and annoying. If you made a deal with Tech before you came on, hey Tech, I'm gonna try to push Jaffe's buttons in any way I can. Then yay, you win. But
he sent me $20.
Cool. But you're not pushing my buttons because of what you're talking about as it relates to simulation theory or God or morality or my kids. That's not why my buttons are pushed. My buttons are pushed because I go, wow, I have to share the planet with pretentious douchebag morons like you, and life is short, and I guess I don't really like you. I mean, I do. I don't really mind you, but that's why. So if you can actually come on and actually be like an adult, and when I tell you something like, hey man, I don't have the intellect to know, or the education or the capability with the way my brain is formed to know if my love for my children is purely biological, evolutionary, or if it comes from a source that is more intellectual, or if it comes from a simulation programmer. I don't know, and this guy doesn't know. That's not a lack of bravery. That's an honesty.
Way, if you perceive it, then it's real.
That's what I told my math teacher.
Speaking,
I still didn't get an A. I'm like, this answer's right. She's like, no, it's not.
Speaking of perceiving, and it'll be real.
I guess so.
We have Matt Montedoro.
She's like, you can perceive the A in summer school when you start in June because you ain't getting an A in this class. What's up, Matt? What's going on, buddy?
What's up, buddy? How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing good. How are you?
Quite good.
You had a question?
I got a question for you. Now that this show is all about, getting weird, shit like that. When are you gonna try some shrooms or something, or what we got to do to get you on some stuff like that?
There are a couple of people. Tech is one of them, by the way. Although Tech was scared to do mushrooms with me because he said he thought I would get violent for some reason
on the trip. Yeah, in a hotel room.
You're not gonna get violent.
But there's about 3 people who I would trust to be around doing mushrooms, and none of them live in San Diego. Except my ex-wife, but she's like, I don't want anything to do with that. You go do that on your own. And so the next time the opportunity presents itself, I absolutely will be doing shrooms. The only reason I'm not as excited about, I want to do something that is transformative or hallucinatory. What I don't want to do is just like, oh, look, everything's colorful. So what? I mean, I want to go somewhere.
When it comes to shrooms, it's more about dose on something like that. Like if you take like a pissant dose, like a gram or something, it'll just kind of like, I mean, you'll see stuff, but you're not going to get like transported to another dimension like you're smoking DMT or something.
Well, I'm smoking pot and I get transported. I mean, I really, really, really do. When I talk to entities when I'm really fucking high.
So we could make this a thing, right? California has some cities that have decriminalized it, right? I think that's San Francisco and Oakland. Or we take a trip up to Seattle because Oregon has it decriminalized throughout the entire state. And we make it a stream.
I'm in. I'm totally fucking in. Because I want to. I don't know what that means. The night, Richard. That's your own inner voice, and you're stuck on an inward recursion loop. What? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what that means. Be careful with shrooms, says that guy. I can't even handle weed. No, I absolutely. The older I get, the more I want to explore this stuff in a safe and responsible way. I do want to try ayahuasca. I do want to try DMT. I want to explore. I'm excited for this shit. But yeah, no, I'll do it. I just haven't had the chance yet. Like, for example, there's a guy in our community who has been great about introducing me to some great books about sort of the spiritual journey on drugs and where to get shrooms and whatnot in San Diego. And somebody, I think he even mentioned, it's like, Jeff, we can do them together. And I was talking to somebody about it. It's like, you don't know this guy. I've never met him. There's no way I'm going to meet somebody I've never met except once at a meetup and
Yeah,
go
I get
do
you.
some fucking shrooms. Not to say I don't trust him, but I got my guard up enough to go. I need to know you a
drugs
little
with
better.
random people in random parking lots.
Okay, but that's but
That's buying
because,
drugs.
That's because you are a little whimsical skedaddler. I am not. I can't pull that off. So, all right, buddy.
So, wait. So I'll tell you this: you're kind of doing the prep work, and it seems like you're approaching this with the right level of respect.
Yeah.
And I've found with psychedelics, like if you approach them with that kind of respect and kind of like know that they're very powerful, that you'll normally get a really good trip out of it. But if you like go, I'm going to go to a Metallica concert and I'm going to take 6 grams of shrooms, that's when you get your head bit off and terrible time. Don't do anything like that.
I had such an amazing experience on pot about 6 months ago, and I don't know why it affected me this way. That I spoke to entities. I've said this before. I have it recorded. I may put it up on the channel soon.
Pot's a psychedelic. It's not a visual psychedelic, but I mean it's a psychedelic.
Yeah, I went somewhere and they were talking to me about my parents, and they were showing me secrets, and they were telling me things like, dude, we're going to show you a bunch of the secrets, but we have to not let you go back to your reality with them, but we'll let you remember that you did see the answers and there are answers, but I cannot.
Are you taking edibles?
No, it was, I smoked a vape, and then my son's friends grow pot, and I smoked some of that, like just a joint that was homegrown. And I was assured it wasn't laced with anything, but I don't fucking know. And in fact, I asked these entities, I said, I don't understand how I'm seeing you and talking to you, because this is the kind of stuff I hear people experience on DMT. And they said, we respect that you're a seeker. We know you're going to get to DMT. You're not there yet. And we can communicate with you this way as well. And I said, great.
Yeah.
And
the only thing about DMT is it's extremely hard to smoke. It's like smoking a piece of lawn furniture or something, and you got to really smoke the crap out of it to get the like blast off into another dimension.
Bunny, have you done DMT, Bunny?
I haven't done DMT myself, but I've been around a lot of people who have, and they piss themselves.
Yeah, I hear you vomit and shit yourself and everything.
Ayahuasca is DMT, but you take the inhibitors, and so you can take it orally, and it lasts. Instead of lasting a few minutes, it lasts like 7 hours, 8 hours.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think I'm looking at Kevin in the chat, who says he astral travels all the time. And he says, these things that you see, they help you, but you don't need them to explore. I don't, there is a part of me that I wonder about this. I wonder about, there is an argument to be made. Yeah, you'll get to all that if it's real. And if it's not, you're wasting your time avoiding living in this particular simulation, whatever it is, But maybe that's kind of the result of kind of getting everything you want. Isn't that terrible to say? That sounds so arrogant, but I've achieved so much. I've had great kids. I've gotten to achieve my childhood dream of being a successful creator. I do this now, which I adore doing this and communicating with people all over the world with this. I've had a couple of great romances. I'm done. I don't mean I'm done with life. I love life, but I mean, I'm ready to kind of go, okay, what's behind the curtain of this, and I don't know if that's healthy or not,
It's totally healthy. And I think it's time. I think it's really time for you to take shrooms or LSD or something and, see what you can get out of that,
Yeah, no, it's in the future. It's in the next 6 months to a year is what I think. I don't mean it. Paul says, Jaffe, don't be done. I'm not done with life. I'm not going anywhere except mentally. I want to, travel mentally and see what's going on out there. All right, buddy. Thank you for calling. It was fun talking to you, Matt.
Yeah, man. You have a good night.
You as well, sir. Where did our producer go? Tech Protect. Where are you, buddy? I think he went. I think he went back in. I'm trying to figure out. Do we want to turn on the calls, or do we have more people in there?
We have way more callers. We have Alien who has a question about merch.
Okay, 1 second. Hey, Master Luke, good to see you, buddy. Of course, we're responding to everything. We're responding to super chats and non-super chats. We love super chats though. Like Chudder's joining the diet sodas. Look, I'm not going to. Here's what I did learn from Keemstar. As much as he's on my shit list. What I did learn from him and his group over there, and to Tech's credit, he was saying this, and it was foreign to me, but he's like, they do a good job raising money on their shows. They know how to do it. And I never liked bringing it up, but it's kind of what you do. So, by the way, Bunny needs a new pair of shoes. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have shoes on.
She don't wear shoes at all.
I have green stamps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck is a green stamp?
It's an old school thing. I'll tell you one day when you're wise and old enough to hear it. It's an old.
I wear New Balances and Skechers, Jeffy. I'm an old man.
I have New Balance. I just got a brand new pair the other day.
Yeah, you're an old man.
Yeah, I love New Balance, but I've had them since my 20s. I love them. But here's the deal. Look, get those super chats coming in. For every $5 super chat, I got nothing. What do they do over on Lal Cow? For every $5 super chat, we'll smash
for every $10 super chat, Jaffe will do 5 jumping jacks.
No, I will not.
Jeffy will slam his
Hey!
hands through the car door.
K-Nubs with $199. Get you a new pair of shoes, Bunny. Thank you,
go.
K-Nubs.
There
Appreciate the
you
$200.
go. Thank you, K-Nubs. We appreciate it, buddy. They didn't know what I did.
Tech strikes me as a Kizix guy. What the fuck is Kizix?
Has anybody tried Blue Lotus or Kava Root? What is that? Like
It's another one like psychedelic thing.
Oh no. This is getting saved for Friday.
We have some callers, Jeff. They want to talk to you.
Let's bring them in. Let's get the money rolling in, baby. This is just like, look, I was watching the Righteous Gemstones for the first time last night, and they said they said you have to tithe to spread the word of the Lord. Well, we're spreading the word of the Madhouse, God damn it. So you got to tithe that shit. No, I ain't doing it, Canty. I got some self-respect. But
Bunny, me and you want to do jumping jacks?
Canty, thank you,
doing
buddy.
jumping jacks. I'm so high. I'm not doing no damn jumping jacks.
What do you mean?
Crazy.
Master.
What about 5 toe touches?
That's different for me doing it. My titties will be bouncing, and then it turns into a whole nother kind of stream. So, see, you doing it, it's fine.
My titties will also be bouncing if I do it.
Canty, though, seriously, thank you so very much for that. We really do appreciate it. Master Luke says, I've worked for free. I haven't asked you to work for free, and I offered to pay for it. And then you wanted me to write a letter, and I said Tech needs to remind me to write the letter. And we also owe a guy a God of War design document, Tech. Remember that guy?
Okay, that guy had a car accident. He's not doing well.
He did not.
On his Instagram, you can see he's like, I'm fucking with you, Jeffy. Look how you're so concerned for your fans. It's so sweet.
Yeah.
He's chilling.
Horrible.
Nah, he's smoking weed every day. He's chilling.
Do you know I almost sent out a press release? I was talking to marketing about this at Sony for Twist Metal 2012, like 2 years before we released it, saying I wanted to release that I had died in a car accident. And then I wanted to come out on the stage in the truck, oh, this was my mangled vehicle. And I thought it would be great, but they didn't go for that. They didn't go for it. They went for a lot. They let people use the internet to shoot a real machine gun over the internet in the desert, but they didn't let me pretend I was dead. So
they wouldn't let you put Jesus Christ and God of War, right? The ending.
They may have. We never got to that episode. That was the third game. So we never got there when I was working on it. I don't think Stig, who directed that game, What's up? Who's on the chat? Who we got?
Alien.
Hello, Mr. Jaffe.
Hello. What's going on,
How's
buddy?
it going?
It's good. Who am I talking to?
Alien Bobcorn.
Alien. All right, what's up?
I had a question yesterday about the merches. How much is the t-shirts, like for 4X or 3X?
We haven't worked that out yet. We're still doing the design stuff, and then once we have that up, we'll give it to the site, and then we'll be able to see what the pricing looks like.
All right. Now there is a Gabbin and Game shirt you can buy, but I assume you want a Madhouse shirt, which I get, and that we'll have some news on that in the next couple weeks. We talked about it earlier. I feel, and it sounds like Bunny feels, I'm not sure where Tech is, we don't really want to use AI for the merch just because it feels a little not what we want to do. So it's going to take a little longer than we thought, but we'll definitely give you news when it's ready. I love that you're considering it. Thank you, bud.
Yes, sir. I want to talk a little bit. What was it? Oh yeah, I seen your. Oh yeah, about the ghost trip.
Yeah.
Is it a way you guys could like? Does anyone has it archive? Like the ghost trip or no? Like.
Tech and Bunny have some video from the Whaley house. I have to assume Keem didn't delete all that shit.
It's all unlisted.
think
It's
they're
not deleted.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
wonder if he gave us at least the ghost trip stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
'Cause you guys might get in trouble. I don't know if you guys like post that on your guys' channel.
Well, no, I mean he owns it; it's his. So if he gave us permission to post it, we would. Otherwise, it would have to be, it would have to come from him. But I would love, I would love to post that stuff. That would be great. But we're gonna do another one, assuming this show continues to get the kind of support you guys are giving us. Which
Yeah.
we love.
Yeah, we'll do something.
Yeah, we got some plans.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I
I-
enjoyed you guys talking there, like cracking jokes and like smoking weed. That shit was like a chill stream.
Oh man!
Hell
I'm
yeah.
telling you,
I
Smoke.
was drinking a Monster, and then I jumped on Black Ops 2 and watching the stream. That shit was good times.
Oh, that's nice. Well,
Hell yeah.
the next one will be a lot easier for people to watch because it'll be better internet, and we'll get all that worked out and dates. And so hopefully you'll watch that. But thank you for watching and supporting it. I appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Alien. We'll
sir.
talk to you soon.
Thank you guys. Have a good one.
You too. Cantankerous Games, thank you for the super chat. Tell us your intention for Jesus and God of War. What was the end game? Basically, in the third one, Kratos was going to destroy all the gods and finally kill himself, and Jesus was going to rise up at the very end, suggesting that man always needs gods, even though I don't believe that. That was the idea. And so Kratos realizes that he's never going to break out of this cycle of hating and killing gods, and so he ends up melting his blades of chaos in the river Styx and becoming the Grim Reaper, and he's now out in the world as Death, which is basically who he was always meant to be. Candy, thank you for the super chat. She says, bunny button shorts for the girls, her name on the back in rhinestones. That's pretty good.
Oh, like some Myrtle Beach shorts.
Okay.
What is the fanciest item of clothing you own, Bunny? Like, do you have anything real expensive, crazy clothing or not?
No. No,
I
don't think I
had
have any
one.
fancy clothes.
Okay. What did you have?
I had a limited edition short release of a Japanese Dungeons and Dragons sweater. It's really cool. Love that sweater. It was a gift for Christmas, and now Jaffe has it in his closet.
Just come. I don't put clothes in the closet. They go from the washer to the chair to me.
Yeah, I mean, now what I have is the most expensive thing I probably have for clothing is the one and only Jaffe Tech Talk lolcow hoodie.
Yeah,
it's the only Tech Talk hoodie that ever shipped before Glammy or whoever.
Yeah,
that's it.
And then Madhouse, I think Bunny has a Madhouse hoodie, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But from lolcow. I don't even have a suit. I really, I hope nobody I know dies that I care about to go to the funeral. A, because I don't want them to die, and B, because I don't want to go get a suit.
Yeah.
Moon, thank you for the super chat, buddy. She says, yay, found you. Yes, we're very happy you found us. Welcome, Moon. Jesus fucking Christ, the turnover rate in LCU is wild. I don't know what that means.
How many people lose their jobs there?
Gotcha. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Bud Crazy had a question for you, Jaffe, about saliva or sativa. It was one of those.
Yep. Thank you, Moon. Appreciate it, buddy.
Bud Crazy, you're on live. You're muted, though. If you want to ask Jaffe a question.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Bud Crazy, you're on live.
I love you, Jimmy Bo.
We can hear a lot of the background, Bud Crazy.
Bud Crazy, your audio is really
Two
always
seconds, I got you.
He's fixing it.
Fuck you too, Jaffe. I love you.
I love you too. Let's go have a baby and go to prom and then rob banks.
Oh.
I've had two, but I never went to prom.
We'll bring you, Bunny. You can come with us.
You can watch.
Yeah.
There we go.
What's up, Ghostbuster? How you doing?
Audio okay?
That's good. It's good enough. What's going on? What do you want to
Just thought I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys?
Good. Let me get this off
Salvia
the screen.
boreum. It's.
Go ahead.
We're talking about doing some hallucinogens. I was thinking Salvia divorium. It's been legal for a long time all over America. It's the same thing as LSD, but it's kind of like weed. Well, it's not kind of like weed. It's like weed. All you need is like a freaking fingernail mount. Smoke it. You take a trip for 5 minutes.
Combat says, dude,
you,
I don't
you
fuck.
will get sweaty, so do it in like a tank top.
Okay, well, have you done it? Have you?
You should smoke salvia.
Do salvia?
Yeah, I've
I
smoked a lot
agree.
of salvia.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody,
Salvia's
people in the chat are
hard.
saying Moon says it's awful. Mike says it's a nightmare. Mystery says, is
I
that
started
Dan
having
Aykroyd?
seizures.
You had seizures on salvia?
Yeah.
I tried.
Every time I did salvia, I had seizures, and I never had seizures before.
Yeah, I tried to play
Buddy,
Jenga
have you ever
while
tried
on
smoking it
salvia.
with pot?
Do what?
Smoking with weed, salvia and weed at the
You ever
same
tried
time.
smoking it with pot?
Oh yeah, I'm always smoking weed. So yeah, I think probably every time I've ever smoked salvia, I probably was also smoking weed.
It's really interesting. Everybody in the chat is saying that shit's bad news. So you must have just had really good experience with it, I suppose.
I've tried it a few times, man, and let me tell you, the first time I ever tried it, it was weird. I was sitting on the couch with my cousin. He said, "You got to try this." We watched a few videos of people tripping on it. I was like, "All right, 5 minutes. You guys are here to watch me and hang out." Me and my two cousins sit there. We tried it. It was the funniest shit. They didn't warn me that I was going to start sweating. I was wearing as much clothes as I am right now, and I started pouring sweat. It was like, you remember back in the day when off TV where everything would just go fuzzy? That's what you see. I see myself as a kid laying the tile in Walmart in the toy aisle. And I come out of it and I'm sitting in the kitchen on the floor going, I'm hot. It was like that, but it was very vivid.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to take that because everybody is saying stay away from it. But those experiences, though, like when I did this pot 6 months ago, I remember it was the most interesting thing to me anyway. Maybe it's like describing a dream and it's like not interesting to anybody else. But I went back to the 70s when I was a kid, but I didn't go back as me. I existed in the driveway of our home in Alabama, and all of the smells were there. It was almost like I just was with that space, but it was the space in that time. So I wasn't David Jaffe, but I was back in 1977, 76 in that driveway, just existing as presence in that space. So I don't know what the fuck that was. Was it just, I don't fucking know. But that's what I'm saying. It's like the fact that
with this 30 years.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know enough about any of this stuff to really have an educated answer. I've been thinking it was laced, but
I've never smoked anything that intense.
Yeah, no, it was, and then
formaldehyde.
Now this is different. This is intense, but in a proper weed way. This just gets you high exceptionally fast. It's like a fucking rocket boost. Within two things, you're off to the goddamn races. But I don't think I don't think I was seeing visions. The dangerous thing was I woke up the next day and wanted more. And that's the first time that's happened. So I just put it away. I said, no.
It might have been formaldehyde.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's a thing they used to do back in the day.
All right. Well, it was cool, man. Listen, I got to let you go. The audio's not good. Not good. We got to fix it.
Love you, brother.
We'll fix it in the future. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, bud crazy.
All right. Master Luke says, so you don't need me to design anything new. I would love you to. Let's talk tomorrow off stream, Master Luke. Thank you for the super chat. We would absolutely love you to design some stuff for us. Let's talk about the cost. We don't want to do it for free, but let's see what we can do. That'd be a great conversation to have. All right. Who else? Tech? Anybody else? I like that you're.
We have a quick question.
Yeah.
Milk, welcome to the call. You're live on air. You have like 30 seconds to ask your question.
I'm just here to ask everybody what their favorite brand of milk is.
Milk?
Milk.
Of course, milk, yes.
I do not drink milk.
I love Anderson's fucking whole milk. I'm a big whole milk guy.
Bunny, do you drink milk?
Yes.
What's your favorite?
Pet.
Pet milk?
Pet milk?
Yeah.
What the fuck is pet milk? Like your
PET.
dog?
I don't know. That's what it says on the damn jug. Why are y'all coming at me about my milk?
That don't exist over here. What the fuck is pet milk? That sounds like
I
you're
don't know.
like
That's
you have
even
a
what we had.
contraption.
Our cartons at school were also pet.
Well, that's all I
Well,
want.
no. Well, hang on. I want to tell you why I don't drink milk because, and I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see if I
It's
can.
got pee in it.
No, I'm trying to see if I can find. I'm trying to
got
see if I
blood in
can.
it.
I'm trying to see if I can find the video, and I may have to show it to you guys later. But a lot of the farms that have these cows for milking, the either the baby cows or the mama cows have this device around their neck, and it makes the babies unable to get the milk. So the milk is
yeah.
And it's like it's for them, and it's like, yeah, sorry, no, we make money if the baby cow drink.
Yes, I know, Jeffy. What happens is a mom cow, the moo cow, the heifer, she makes milk when she's pregnant or after she's pregnant, she gives birth.
Yeah.
So they'll have these cows ready. They'll get these cows fucked, right and well. They give birth, and then they get veal. So you get the baby meat from the baby cow.
I was about to say, are we eating that baby?
Yeah, we're eating the baby, and then you get the mom with milk. It's best of both worlds. Your hot dogs are tasty.
Babies.
Yeah.
I mean,
wait, what?
Like I said, I mean, that's totally fine if that's what you want to do. But for me, I can't do it. It kind of goes back. It kind of goes back to Bunny the talking dog, or it goes back to the Chinese create.
Too much.
Yeah, Chinese creating AI to communicate with animals. There are options for me to drink, and I don't judge people who drink milk. But after I saw that video, I'm like, what am I doing? I can't drink milk now. That's
yeah.
I drink a lot of milk.
We have one last.
Yeah.
We have another question ready for you, Jeffy.
I drink Tang. Yeah. What's the question? What's the question?
All right, hold on. One moment.
He die? God, I hope so.
Yeah. Huh.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, well, why are you here and how are you here? Because I thought Tech hated you.
He's getting fired for that. Watch.
Wait a minute. What's happening? You're that lady, right?
I'm mermaid lady. Don't worry, I'm not wearing a blonde wig, so you can.
I think what consenting adults do is their own fucking business, and I don't really, But my question is, what I want to talk to you, but before I talk to you, why are you here from Tech? Because Tech was like literally about to quit because I said he should say thank you, and now. Was he talking to you? Well, I don't want to ask if he was talking to you. It's none of my business because I don't want to give him in trouble.
I won't disclose that information.
Okay.
All I know is I randomly got dragged in here. So here I am.
Well, it's nice to meet you. Why are you so hated by a lot of people? People said you do you dox people? Have you done that?
No, never. There was an instance in my server where it happened and that person got removed, but myself, and if you listen to the recording, Keem himself said that I did not dox anyone, that it was someone in my server.
Okay.
However, people hate me because when I came into the locale universe, I was basically hired to play this role of, like Becky. You know how you hate Becky? Like, I was Becky before Becky was a thing.
Okay.
And I was just meant to play this role of being very, like, snaky, recording everyone, being drama. He, like, literally told me to make my name Drama Queen Lynx, which I'm trying to debrand from because I'm over it. But that's essentially where it started from, and then it just kind of roller coastered, and now I've been trying my best to separate, but it's not very easy when we have the same fan base, because that's obviously where it started from, right?
So, yeah, I was going to ask, I mean, have you, I mean, okay, if people don't know from my community, because locale's pretty new to me, but I know there was that video you recorded of Keem, and Keem's like, look, me and Brantley, his fiance, have an agreement. We can flirt with people and all this. And, people were saying they're in a open marriage, but they're not. It's just it's a flirting thing, and it's like, all right, great. I don't really care if they're an open marriage or not, but they're not apparently, and it's a flirting. So why did you even share that with the world? What was that about?
So I record all my calls with Keem just because you know what it's like working with him, and just for my own safety.
I can't speak to that. I had a good working relationship with him, but but that doesn't negate your experience at all.
As a personal assistant, I recorded every call we had because it was to take notes and go back, and he always knew this. In this instant, I recorded it for my own protection because you got to remember this guy's claiming that I had doxed all these people and done all these things. And then had that call not come out, people wouldn't know the truth of the fact that I didn't do this information. However, I was never planning on leaking it. I had talked to, like, my ex and I were still friends at the time, and I had opened up about the situation, and he secretly recorded me, and he was going to leak it. So, but with a false narrative because he hated Keem, I just wanted the truth out there and not it like twisted to like. Because his view was, oh, he's a pedophile and all this stuff. And it's like, no, that's not it at all. Nothing illegal happened at all. That's ridiculous.
But why, if you hadn't doxed anybody, which I believe you, and Keem knows you hadn't done that, why would Keem even be opposed to just laying it down and going, guys, she's not part of the universe anymore. We had a bad falling out, but you're wrong about X, Y, Z. Why wouldn't he just take care of it for you?
Because he wants me to stay down, and he does not want to see me grow. He wanted me to come back to LCU multiple times. Him and Kid Behind the Camera asked me to, and I wouldn't. And then when I first separated, he told everyone who was in contact, like he told you guys, if you're in contact with me, you're out of the server. And when he first did that, nobody left, maybe like 5-10 people. And out of my 900 server, only like 5 or 10 people left. Yeah. And then he kept cracking down, making new lies. It never started with the doxing. It started with me saying that Becky had a video on Keem, and that's why I first got fired. And then it went from, no, actually, she got fired because of this. No, actually, she's a mass doxer and all this stuff. Which begs the question, if I'm doing all these things, why would he ever reach out? Why would he still say that he wants what's best for me if he's claiming that I'm a mass doxer and all this stuff? Why in that video would he say that, yes, I have no evidence that you yourself did it, but someone in your server did? Right?
Yeah, no, I guess so. I mean, what I have found is, and I was saying this to Tech earlier tonight, and again, thank you for your support of the show.
Absolutely.
I have just found I don't think that's a healthy place for me to spend a lot of time. There's nothing wrong with it. I like a lot of the people over there. I really do. There's some really talented, good people over there, but
there really is.
It's just, it gives me a headache at this point. It's too much anger and drama, and I get it. I love wrestling, but I'm getting too old for this shit, pal. So that's what I would fucking say. So what do you want to do now? If you're trying to get yourself out of that world, clearly you still want to make content or stream or what?
Yeah, so before I ever was introduced into LCU, I did statues, and I have my own 3D printing business, I was on TikTok. And then coming into LCU, people suggested that I do YouTube, so then I started doing YouTube, and because I had a bit of clout from being Keemstar's personal assistant, it kind of boosted my revenue. And then I decided, I actually really do like content creating, so I'm kind of doing a bit of both. Because my channel just got deleted, I'm currently on Twitch doing streams, but I basically just do paint streams, and that's all I really want to do.
Why did your channel get deleted? What happened?
Well, on LCU, Keem admitted that Rush had people mass report my channel because there was an incident prior to of revenge porn where the person basically framed Lord Rush, and I had been stating I don't know who it is, I don't know if it is him or not. And because I ever said that, he retaliated and got my channel taken down. And as of yesterday, YouTube said that it's been terminated. It's already gone. It's deleted. Everything's gone. So.
Damn.
Bunny, you're familiar with this whole situation, right? You were in that world. Do you have any questions or thoughts? Because I love having you here, and because you're kind of persona non grata, as they say amongst a lot of folks. I'm sure there are questions the audience would love to ask you that I'm not going to be educated enough in what happened, Bunny.
Right.
I mean, what is your name again? I'm sorry, I'm high.
Lynx.
Lynx.
Lins. Lynx.
Bunny, what do you think about Lynx? Do you not like her? Do you like her? What's your take on her?
I don't really. I base everything on how somebody interacts with me. I can't like judge something that happened with somebody else.
Have you guys ever met?
No,
I don't think
like
so.
yeah, no. So I have a very neutral opinion because she's never done anything to me. So
Yeah, okay. Do you know something that the fans who are into this kind of stuff would want us to ask that we might be missing?
How do you think Keemstar's wrist game was?
How do I think his what?
His wrist game was. I want to ask you.
Me or Bunny?
Both of you.
Bunny, you go first.
it's not the kind of riz that I would say would work with me at all.
Well, here's why. Here's what
But-
works. Here's what works for Bunny. Anthony taught me this. What's up, baby? See that? That's all I need. Every time, baby. Sorry. I'm sorry, Bunny. Continue.
It wasn't my cup of tea. There was.
I don't think it's anyone's cup of tea.
Yeah. Well, see, there might be some gals out there that were, because I know a lot of girls in the LCU were like wanting to dye their hair blonde. That's what everybody was
Oh my
saying.
God.
Like, everybody's going blonde now. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe it works on blondes, like natural blondes. I'm not a natural blonde. I wouldn't know. I don't know.
Look, I think honestly, as you guys probably agree, but words don't really matter if you do have the charisma, right? So if you're someone that's into Keemstar, and maybe you were at one time, now you're not, maybe you never were, it's none of my business, I don't care. But if you're like, oh, I'm really into that guy, he could be talking about Pokemon cards, right? So I think the guy is successful. He's a hustler. He's ambitious. I don't know much more about him than what he presents to just sort of tangential, awareness people like me. So you know a lot more about who he really is. But as just a guy, I'm like, all right, he shot his shot. I thought I wouldn't have the confidence to assume I could pull that off. But I have been with women where you're having a real connection and you feel like you can say anything and you feel like you're a fucking rock star. And maybe if you guys had that connection, maybe he was like, baby, get your flood insurance. And he thought you were going to just go weak in the knees. I mean,
he was drunk. I forget about that. He said he was drunk. So maybe, maybe not drunk. He'd be
And he
like,
was on Adderall, so
I'm always on
mix
Adderall.
those two.
Well, let me ask you this, because I would feel bad about not asking you this though. What was he like to work for as an assistant? Because there are people that like my experience with him, total professional. We didn't see eye to eye at the end, but I don't have any issues with him. But there are people that say, it's a cult. It's not really a cult, but you know what I'm saying? There's a cult-like aspect. The punishment thing, I think, is really weird to me. Like, it feels like something's going to come out one day and go, dude, just say you're into S&M. It's okay. We're in the realm of 50 Shades of Grey, baby. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying it's not an insult, even if it were true. But I'm like, it just feels like a really weird way to work with people. And maybe it's just the drama. And he's like, dude, it's fucking character. I have no idea. I'm curious what your take is.
So to give credit where credit is due, when I was working on Queens, he was terrible to work for. All he cared about is the content that was in front of his face. And he would ask us to do things that weren't really something morally I would normally do. Like, he had asked Becky to out the fact that I was on disability and to make fun of my disability and stuff. Just weird situations like that. But when I became his personal assistant, because I stepped down from Queens because I said I just could not handle the drama. It was just too much being in the spotlight. And it was not the terms that we were promised. And I just could not work that much. I just genuinely couldn't do it because I take care of my grandfather. So I just couldn't. Your camera's out of focus, by the way. I don't know if you know.
No, that's how I really look. I think it's the lack. It's
If you put your hand up and then
yeah,
move it back,
it's the
it'll
it's the
focus.
lack of light. But yeah, but thank you for that. Okay, keep going though. So okay, so he
and-
knew you had disability. He he didn't. He knew you didn't want people to use that as content.
Yes, that was one of my rules. Like, he had asked us a list of things that were off topic, like you can't make content out of this. And my fetal alcohol was one of them that I had asked not to be brought up. And then it got to a point where, because Becky had brought it up and she was making fun of it, a bunch of people in her little like Becky gang thing were like, "Oh, well, we're gonna mass report her to the government." And Becky was like, "That would be hilarious." And that's when I told Keem I couldn't do it anymore because he wasn't stopping it, he wasn't moderating it. But when I became his personal assistant, credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
He very much so, like, it was good and bad. In the front face of things, if I had a win, he was very respectful. He like said multiple times, I'm the only person that worked in LCU that he has praised multiple times in the show. I got the whole girl world into the show, like the foodie beauty, that whole world into the show. And I was able to pull guests, and I'm going to be honest, I'm a nobody. But I worked really hard. I did cameo messages. I did like super chats like tonight just to get people to notice me, to shoot them a text saying, "Hey, I'm Keemstar's personal assistant." So in terms of recognizing that, he was really good. But then when I wouldn't give up my business to work for him full time, which was the original agreement in the first place, is that I could not work full time, he started getting very sour and very like rude. And he started asking too much of me. Like, I would be making the AI songs. I would be like helping with a thumbnail. I would have to put together teams. So it just started getting really toxic. And then he would start creating lies because he would want drama. And it, like, when I wasn't working on Queens, he would message me and be like, "Becky's screwing this up. Like, get on here, get on the show." And I would have to do it because I was his personal assistant. And then the day before I got fired, I said, I'm not coming on the show anymore unless you're paying me for that, because I never got paid for Queens. Right. I was like, I can't do it. I'm done. And then he just went nuts. And it just, he always called me a retard behind the scenes. That was one of his favorite words to say. And there's a few times where he's like, "You're dumb, kill yourself." So like, it wasn't like picture perfect. It did get better, and then it got worse again.
Right. So you're glad you're out. I mean, it sounds like
I'm 100% glad I'm out, but like I said, I'll give credit where credit is due. I would not be where I am today without him, and he helped me get started in content creation. But I learned a lot of valuable lessons, and I learned,
even in my short time, I did too. And,
Yep.
and I'll tell you, when they went, the to me, the best thing to see was, because I don't like a lot of his certain behaviors, right? But again, not only did I not have a problem with him, but I was able to recognize his talent, and you know, I can separate those two things to a degree. And like when he did the whole thing, I don't know if you still watched it, when it was like, who's Rastoff going to fire? What shows are going to get canceled? It was all this sort of stuff leading up to season 3. It was like, whoa, I didn't, and I knew a bunch of shit was bullshit. And I didn't know where it was going. And I was so surprised and so engaged that I lost my entire workday because I couldn't stop watching. So I just, you know, do you think he's a happy guy?
No. Honest to God, what I think is that he puts too much on his plate and he does not have any time to be human. It's as simple as that. Because that night of the call was the first time he had ever actually asked about me. And that's why I like open book. I had worked for this guy for 6 months, right? I was immediately an open book, right? And a lot of people, to correct the record, a lot of people don't know, I worked for Keem longer than Queens. Before Queens, there was like a month or two setup. So I worked for Keem probably for like 4 or 5 months. And there was a month or two setup that I had to keep my mouth zip quiet about, where he wanted me to like fight people in the Discord and just get really well known and like just really known for being like drama queen Lynx kind of thing. So like the whole statue thing that happened with me, where they ordered statues and it came broken, like that was all scripted. That was all part of the plan. Right. Boogies, wings, like that was all part of the plan.
Okay. Interesting. Well, look, I mean, so you're going to start doing content about statues and making your stuff?
Well, I have been since the get-go, but I was like, if someone came up and they were like, hey, blah, 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 Keemstar, I'd be like, yeah, screw that guy. Where, like, now I'm just like, I'm so over it. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I do find it funny that Rostov is actually someone I got hired for the show, and now he's a host. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah. Rastov's one of the nice guys.
Yeah.
You know,
Rostov's amazing.
Yeah. There's some really good people. Oh, I'm out of focus again. Come on now. All right. Well, Bunny, any other questions? But Lynx, I sure do appreciate you calling. This is a neat conversation to have. I see Savages in the chat. We're the island of broken toys here on this channel. So
Hi, Savage.
Hi, Savage. Come on in, Savage. Let's talk it this way. I mean, look, and I see you guys in the chat kind of going, well, why is this LCU stuff? And my answer is, at this point, we did a 2-hour stream. You guys were super generous. We did an hour of phone calls, and now we're just shooting the shit. So I'll talk about whatever the fuck you want. I'm interested in this person. This person, for whatever you know about her, caused a lot of interesting drama amongst a lot of people's lives. And I'm curious about these things, you know. We did not talk about Britney, Mystery Dex. We'll talk about Britney on tomorrow's show because she has done work for the government. I'm not even fucking with you. Britney Spears was used to torture people for the American government. It's a real
I
thing.
love that take. I love that.
No,
I can't wait.
it's not a take. It's not a take. It's a real fucking thing. I mean, she didn't sit there with like, you know, light bulbs on people's crotches, but she was, you know.
So we went from pigeons working for the government to Britney Spears. That's amazing.
Oh, we're all
honestly an upgrade.
We're all working. We're all working for the government. I hope not, though. Madhouse is good, says Dizzy. Buddy, we did 2 hours and then we did an hour. I'm never gonna make this a drama channel, but there's it's an interesting lady. She's gone through some shit. You know, it's just good conversation. You know, what do you guys want to talk about? You guys want to talk to Lynx or Bunny? Bunny's like falling asleep. She's like, I'm so goddamn high.
No,
I can. You goddamn right. You're you little sassy thing. Look how sassy she is, sitting up here being all sassy.
Bunny, I do have a question. How tall are you?
Me, 5'6", I think.
How tall is Bunny? 5'2"?
She's almost
5'3".
With heels. She's the Discord link. Tech, are you watching? Can you please give Savage the Discord link? Newport says the government employee. Yes, thank you for super chat. I'll get that other super chat in just a second. Yeah, I'm 5'6". Why do you ask?
I was just wondering because first of all, I don't know why, but I feel like I knew her height. I wasn't so much sure about your height, but I just feel like I immediately knew her height. That's why I kind of wanted to ask. And I also want to know, Bunny, is there any chance that we can be clown girls together?
Oh, you want a clown? Yeah.
I want a clown her.
Are you doing the docking thing with your fingers? What are you doing? Dude, I got no problem with the gays at all, but I'm feeling uncomfortable. I'm feeling uncomfortable, folks. So I'll tell you. Yeah,
homophobia.
You got. That's right. That's right. Yeah, I would love Savage to come on, but I don't know where Tech went. But isn't that interesting? I mean, I think Tech's delightful. I love the guy. I love he makes my daughter happy. And he's got to do what he's got to do, and I respect that. But I
get that, yeah.
But I just think that's weird. Not Tech specifically, but you can't say
the whole
this.
Situation.
It's like. What are you doing, man? It's like, be a fucking man. It's like,
my biggest problem is like, if you're going to make these claims, how come it's been 2 months with zero proof? You've heard Jay and Rich both say they've asked for proof. None was given to them.
Yeah.
So it's just really upsetting because like it literally ruined my reputation. When he first said this stuff, I had people showing up in my house, like all this stuff. And I was giving him proof of that. And I was saying, this needs to stop. And he didn't care. As long as like he could keep me out of the universe, and I don't know, like he says in the call that it hurt him and that he had to do it. So I don't really understand. If you didn't listen to the full thing,
I didn't listen to the full call. I listened to the stuff I could extract into make into funny videos. Yeah. That's all I listened to. But yeah, I mean, all the time, you know, and it's very clear, you know, it's his fiance. He loves Brantley and all this stuff, and that's wonderful. But all during the time you guys were together, did you get a sense? I mean, were you guys into each other and you just never acted on it, or?
No, never. He even says in the call he would have hit on me, but I had a boyfriend. And one thing to correct the record, at the beginning of the call, he did state that they were in an open relationship and that twice a month they screw around with other girls.
Okay.
And like invite girls over. And then he said like, oh, Brantley's in the room with me and she gave me permission to see her boobies. But then later on, he says, I just got in a fight with Brantley because of the situation. And then in chat, when it all came about, Brantley was like, well, Brantley told him not to do it. And Brantley said, you know, she was recording, but he didn't, you know, listen to Brantley.
I will say the one thing I didn't like about the way the community responded was, she's an adult, he's an adult, you're an adult.
Yeah,
if you're
exactly.
if you're in 2025, and again, I'm not saying he is in an open relationship, but that was kind of the word, and then it was pulled back. I don't care. But if it's 2025, leave people alone. If that's how they want to do it, a lot of marriages, the only reason a lot of marriages fucking stay together is because, you know, couples come to a point where they say,
or saying you are, saying you aren't, like just say what you are and just get it out there. Because at this point, it's been retracted and said so many times that it's just, it doesn't help the situation.
Okay, I'm going to bring on Savage if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. Bunny, are you cool if we keep chatting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just smoking and hanging out.
All right. Hello, Savage. How you doing, buddy?
What's up? I'm not turning my camera on.
Well,
It's too late at night for this.
I'm not turning
going to
mine.
bed.
Turning mine on either. What's going on? How's life?
Oh, it's so much better.
Is it? Well, I did see that. I was quite pleased to see that thing because people were telling me, and again, guys, if you're watching the show and you're like, what is this? It's the 4th hour of a stream. We're just shooting the shit. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock with weird topics for 2 hours or more. But now we're just shooting the shit. So I was delighted to see that though, because people said, oh, well, Savage is gone because, again, she doxes people or she sends out her people. And then I did see your stream where Keem called in, and there did seem to be kind of a come to Jesus with you guys of like, he admitted and you were like, yeah, we don't do that. And that was delightful to hear because I never felt you were anything but a nice lady.
Well, they could never prove anything either. They twisted everything I would say, for one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything I said, they twisted around.
So what are you doing?
Ziley knew what she was doing.
Who did? Who was that who did it?
Ziley. Ziley knew what she was doing.
Man, everybody's so mean, and I just want to talk about UFOs and stuff. I don't understand what's going on. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, even Ziley and I got off on the wrong foot, and we kind of worked things out. But I don't know, man.
She don't like criticism. She don't like to be criticized, but she likes to criticize everybody else.
Yeah. What are you
doing?
She
ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh no. Are you gonna? So let me ask you that, because you got your own show, you've had your own channel for a while, your own fan base. Is this like, for me, when I got out of the LCU only after a very short time, and like I've said before, I appreciated a lot that I got from over there, and people were nice, but I'm glad to be out of it because to me it was just like, oh my God, that was toxic. I mean, it sounds like, is that just sort of what you vibe with those? So when you say she ain't seen nothing yet, is that like you're really looking for, that's like what you like to make content about? Because a lot of people love it.
Oh, yeah, I love drama.
Okay.
I love drama.
All right.
She's going to be my content for a while.
All right, fair enough. Are you going to go back?
Yeah,
Some
she
people.
took my income. Maybe I'll try to take some of hers.
Okay. Are you going back to the LCU? There was some nothing they could do to get you to come back.
No, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Let me fucking tell you guys something though. I mean, if Keem is the master Vince McMahon that sometimes I think he may be, boy, you coming back and Wings and Lynx, can you imagine? People would lose. I wouldn't watch it, but I'd certainly take a cut of it if I was producing it. I'd go, fuck. People watch the shit out of that. Hell, you
I don't
guys
think
should.
there's anything he could offer me.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
All right, that's fair. So, how's your channel going? You enjoying it being out of the LCU?
It's good.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, to be a dead channel, I went on it for 2 months, and last couple of lives, I had like 800-900 people in there.
That's cool.
Yep.
You even though I didn't watch a lot of the other shows, when I did watch Milkers, I enjoyed it. I got nothing against. I don't like Beans at all, but I like the other ladies they have. But you are certainly missed when it comes to Roxy. I really like that dynamic you guys had.
I found out a lot about her too.
Oh, she's not a nice lady.
A lot of stuff coming out now.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something, Savage. Out of all those people, I'm the only good guy. I'm the only guy. I'm the only.
Oh,
nice.
I know.
You goddamn right. You goddamn right. What? Don't tell me I'm not trying to dox anybody. But what state are you in? Because I grew up in Alabama, and it sounds in Bunny's in North Carolina, and I'm
in North Carolina.
Okay, when I hear y'all's accent, oh, it feels like home. It makes me go. I got to get back home. I got to get back home to Cracker Barrels and, lynchings. Come on now, Bunny, don't say that. Jesus, Bunny.
I didn't say that.
Bunny.
That was Tech.
Tech said that?
Yeah, you not hear him? He came in.
He's a
said
guy. He's a
that, and then he
goddamn.
left.
He's a goddamn racist.
I can tell she's more west than me. I'm more eastern.
Yeah.
You can tell. I can tell she's got a little more. She's more southern. I got a little bit of hood.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm Western.
All right. Well, listen, David Jaffe, message Wings and tell him to hop on. You guys, hey, tell him to come on. We'd love to have him.
I'll send him a message. Right.
Okay, Bunny. Listen, I don't know where Tech went. I got to take my dog out. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Can you just run it?
Okay.
Girls only show. Get out of here.
Oh Lord, this is gonna set off a whole gas.
Hey, Lynx. Hey, Lynx.
Yes.
You got flood insurance?
Dear God.
Yeah. Did I do it right, Lynx? Are you wet? Are you moist? All right, I'll be back. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, Bunny.
Oh my Lord.
I might cry actually. Like I feel like I want to cry now after that.
Oh
Why? Girl, don't cry.
Don't cry.
It ain't worth it. It's not even worth it.
I do have a question for you, Savage, if you don't mind me asking.
Go ahead.
With you specifically, how did it go with because I know for me, like I was allowed to post content because I wasn't like on one of the shows. How did that go for you? Like he told you couldn't post content?
No, he didn't want me to do anything on my show.
Like not even upload videos like he let Tina?
And he said I could upload videos about other stuff other than the LCU.
How
Does
did
that make sense?
like it just feels so culty, the fact that like the second you work for him, you can't be your own person at all. It's like anytime you'd say something,
Very
wrong,
cultish.
you'd be out of line, right? Like it just
And then you don't see it when you're in it.
you don't.
I've had several of my friends come to me the past couple of days and said, we saw something change in you. You were not happy. You were stressed out. You were always on edge.
Yeah.
You always looked
And like
tired.
when we originally were given the idea for Milkers, it was like we could do whatever we wanted, and like I had a great idea for the show where it wasn't going to be drama. It was going to be like genuinely fun and like a cool like generational thing. And then I got fired. Next thing I know, it's just all this crazy shit. Like looking at it, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like this is not what we planned at all. It just all got ruined.
They did me dirty. And they know it. They fucking know it.
Is there any like situation specifically that you want to correct the record on now that you have the floor?
Oh, I've already said, on my own channel. That shit was bullshit. Why did you wait 2 months? And, nobody told me these 2 months that happened. You know what I'm saying? Then you wait and use it and weaponize it against me and then make up a bullshit lie. Said I went real life on Xylee just by saying my pirates couldn't find nothing on you.
Yeah. And that's what
That
they
was
do.
mostly about the internet, you fool. And she knew it. She fucking knew it.
They twist things where it benefits them and it's good content for them. Like it's ridiculous.
And they're real threatened. Because how are you going to take a show that made tripled what they did the month before and just annihilate it? Tell me why.
Literally
It
makes
makes
no
no sense. It makes no sense. Somebody got real threatened and real jealous. And it took all them to take me out.
How does it feel, Bunny, to not have to share that 50%?
Oh,
I know
haven't
that's
even got
right,
paid
honey.
yet. I wasn't there long
I
enough
know
to
what
even
I'm
be
supposed to
paid
get
yet.
paid, and I'm keeping up with it. Don't you worry. I
Yeah,
know.
it's supposed to be paid
Yeah.
in June, so it ain't
That
even
was
happened
one
yet.
thing. The first month after I left, I made, I think it was 4K on my own channel by myself without like having to split it with Keem. And I was like, God damn, like this is it. Because if like when working with Keem, that first month of Queens, if I would have got paid, all it was $800. No one can live off
Yeah.
that if I'm doing that full time. And he
Mm-mm.
was, and I'm sure Savage can agree because I remember Savage and I were in the first ever Milkers call together. He was talking big. He's like, you can buy a house in a few months. Like you're gonna be getting thousands and thousands. You're never gonna have to work again. All you have to do is be available. That's how like he played this like
Mhm.
whole like it's gonna change your life forever and it's gonna be the thing that makes you it. And it wasn't. It really wasn't. It wasn't worth the money because there
No.
wasn't much money.
I don't know how I
My folks are
skirted
the one
past
that
all
really
these
supported Milkers
conversations.
anyway. Oh, sorry, Bunny. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it was most of my audience that I brought over there that supported
Yeah.
that channel.
Yeah.
And I mean, look at it now. You know,
And
and
I
they
said
supported
that.
a
I
lot
said
of
that.
those channels and shows as well.
I said that's why Tina was a good fit, and that's why you were a good fit because you brought your own audience. Becky didn't have an audience. I didn't have an audience. Roxy doesn't have an audience. Like it doesn't make sense to bring people in who don't have their own backing of people to help
Mhm.
build your community. You're just recycling views. And I'm sorry, but the begging for donations is getting
Oh, it's
pathetic.
gotten terrible.
It's disgusting. And then
And I've
what is
never
with
been an e-beggar.
recycling?
I've never asked shit from
Yeah.
nobody and been thrown into that and having to like rattle a can every day. God,
Yeah.
like what am I
It's
doing?
It's so pathetic. Like I would not show my face if that was me, honestly. Like don't know how they wake up in the morning. Like
I
it's
mean,
really gross.
every show got their hand out and they just sit there.
Yeah. And
Just
even
sit there.
like Becky's like absolutely insane and insufferable, but like I don't know how anyone watches Queens. It's just them yelling at each other. Like at least with Milkers, like it had its good moments. Madhouse was the best show in my opinion on all of the entire universe because it was the only one that wasn't just yelling at someone. Like
Yeah.
Cafe was just boring to me, like in
Oh
my opinion.
God, it's a smooth fest.
Like snooze. It should be a show that puts people to sleep, apparently, because nobody
Yeah.
really likes it if they're
It need
not
to be a
being
bedtime story, girl. That's what that motherfucker needs.
Yeah.
Straight up.
for real. Like, and like what we're doing right now, like just keeping it raw and authentic. Way more people are gonna want to watch this than scripted bullshit. And if you're gonna script it, at least just be honest that it's scripted, so it's not ruining people's lives like it is Savage's.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah. My reputation is damaged beyond. It's already spilled over in other communities. Every hater that I got has snatched it up.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking lie.
And it's terrifying because you don't really expect that that's how it's gonna go, and then that's how it goes, and you're just stuck with it. And that's why I've
Yeah.
been trying nonstop. People are saying I'm obsessive with LCU. No, I'm obsessed with clearing my name and getting it straight. Savage, did you ever see evidence when you were there of me doxing? I never saw evidence of anything that you've ever done wrong.
No. Never.
There's another
They
person.
like I said, they would twist. They would twist everything I said, just like, you know, I would beat Psycho Mom's ass. You damn I think anybody would say that if you think you're gonna fuck my husband in front of me and I'm gonna put me in a chair, yeah, try it, bitch. You know what I'm saying? But they
Like,
took them little things. I was always having to watch my words, but everybody else can say what the hell they want to. I can tell you right
exactly.
now, most of your motherfuckers' mouths over there done got y'all him the fuck up.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's ridiculous. Is there
Every
anyone
one of
else
you.
that you like or no?
Say what now?
Is there anyone in the LCU that you like or you think is like salvageable?
No, they're all trash. They're all fucking trash. Every last one of them. I never had a problem with Bunny or Jaffe.
Yeah.
They didn't get in the. They didn't get in the drama.
Yeah, we
That
kept to
exactly.
ourselves. Yeah.
They
That's why I
just out here and
definitely.
did some weird shit. I would listen to y'all sometimes. I just lurk. I
Yeah.
lurk a lot.
Bunny, what was your now that you're out of the situation, how do you feel about that last stream? Like, do you feel like he overreacted? Do you like did you think it was
I mean,
just scripted or
I get why he was mad for the sake of Brantley if it made her feel any kind of way. But I just thought it was obvious that we weren't taking the caller serious. That's why we were making
Yeah.
a joke
Yeah,
about it.
joke.
And we were shifting focus to the tiny vagina. And even Jaffe said, like, whether it's Brantley or anybody else, I want to talk about the tiny vagina. Like, yeah, we weren't focusing on what the guy wanted us to because we didn't believe it. And that's why I kept saying, we
Yeah.
need proof then.
And even
And I
Oh, it got blamed on me. It got blamed on me.
Yeah, and then it got blamed on Savage, and I don't know. I think I understand why he was mad, but I feel like he made it into a bigger deal than it.
But also, like, you
You know,
can't do
brought
a
more
drama
attention to it.
show and then get mad that there's drama on your show. Like, it doesn't make any sense. He picks and chooses what is created for his show. And that's fine, but, like, you also have to set guidelines then and say, like, listen, Brantley's off limits, okay? Don't make jokes about that. But he didn't. He just overreacted and then spun the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it was okay to let it run for 5 or 6 days on me every show talking about mine, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you
Yeah,
think you're
that's
going to
what we
become
also.
Baltimore number 3?
Oh, I'm going to make a point too. Don't worry. I'm going to make a point too.
The Worm, welcome to the
That's
Dice
Baltimore.
Soldiers. Mish, thank you for the little lemon character there. He's a delightful skedaddler. Clinton, I voted for you twice. Keemstar says it's not about the money, yet he takes a bigger percentage of live after Wings leaves. Thank you for the super chat. Clinton again, Brantley either part of the drama or not. Well, look, I think that's where I kind of ran afoul because I'm like, the way I always describe. Oh, by the way, I got to get to this one. Wiley, thank you for the super chat. He says Bunny's hot as fuck. I added the AF because it was BTW and I'm old and it's all the same. They're just letters. Jaffe, definitely look into Salvia. It would be awesome to see you do it live. A life-changing experience. I smoked a fat bowl of 60X. High links, says Wiley FTW. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate it. Very generous super chat. Yeah, look, I always looked at it like you're on stage, right? When the camera's on or you're in the Discord, it's the, you're kind of like in Disneyland. When you walk out from backstage, you are a cast member and you are on. And so because Brantley was always marbled into a lot of the content, it wasn't like, because I know somebody brought up someone's kids recently. It may have even been Savage's kids. I don't remember. But somebody brought up kids, and it's kind of like, okay, well, that's not really acceptable because they're not in the crosshairs. They're not part of the show. But yeah, I was always under the impression that Brantley was sort of one of the characters, but I guess not.
Well, my thing, what got me the most when he was making that little statement or whatever was, what about her privacy? What about our privacy? Motherfucker, what about my privacy? I think we all signed paperwork at Fat Camp not to be disclosing anything that happens at Fat Camp when the cameras weren't rolling. Did you forget about that? Because I know I signed it.
Well, that's interesting that you have that signed. I mean, I'm glad that you guys are not looking into lawsuits and stuff because I know it sounded like that might be where things were headed. But yeah, that's I mean, certainly that is interesting. I didn't know that. Panel, can y'all?
I had to sign one.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Panel, can y'all sign my locale trading cards? If we ever see you, sure, but I don't know how we're gonna do it. Sorry, what were you saying, Lynx? Thanks, buddy. Thank you so much, Pappy.
Before Fat Camp, the only thing you signed was an NDA, right?
No, I signed an NDA when he hired me, and then we all got the Fat Camp thing. Sign that.
So there's only 2 things that you signed, which was an NDA when you first got hired, and then the thing at Fat Camp.
Yep.
Interesting. Because I was illegally hired, so I'm wondering if it was the same for you. Because I was not given a contract, and I was just PayPal'd money instead of like set up with an actual thing.
Oh no,
I
it's set
haven't
up with an
signed
actual.
anything.
I mean, yeah, that's one of the things I got to say I did really appreciate about the company is it you know, as crazy as it seems from the outside looking in, my perception was, okay, it's, you know, I got paid on time. There were, you know, not ridiculous NDAs. Keem was great when we left. He said, you can have the name Bunny, you know, even though I would have never poached Bunny because I signed a non-poach thing, Bunny made it clear she wanted to go, and he was like, yeah, I have no problem with that. You know, so there really is and that may be what's challenging about the guy is that there really is an aspect to him that's
It's not all bad.
Yeah, there's just genuine talent there and a guy who has a head
I
for
had
business. And
no bad interactions with him at all. Like, nothing. I didn't have to sign anything. He didn't. I mean, like, I don't know.
But you know what it might be? I mean, I've seen
Everything was fine.
documentaries and I've read a couple of books on Vince McMahon. And one of the things is for the longest time, everybody thought that he was just a character. And you can get away with a lot when people think it's all an act. But when the house of cards for WWE fell down, where it turned out that, yeah, he was a character, but there was a lot of that was true. I think with someone like Keem, because he merges those things together so frequently, it's hard for people to have maybe a realistic understanding of who he is. And so that's why there's such division, even in our chat right now. You know, where people like, some people hate him and love him, and some people are ripping on Savage, and some people are ripping on all you guys, you know, although I don't think the thing they insulted Bunny about was an insult. He said, Bunny's the kind of girl who'd stab you in bed, and Bunny's probably like, well, yeah, that's the fun. Yeah. I think you don't go to bed with
that in writing.
How else are you going to climb
writing?
Oh, there you go.
Sign me up for that.
Exactly. Hey, hey, ladies. Hey, ladies. I got a question for you. What do you think the 10 states are in America with the highest obesity rate?
Oh God.
Number 10.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is not on the list, Bunny. You must have a punishment now. You must have a punishment now.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Oklahoma?
You fucking fat
Oh,
ass.
definitely
Okay.
some of the South. That's it, man.
Oklahoma is on the list. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the list. 39% obesity rate in Oklahoma. Guess the top 3. Guess the top 5, because my home state is 5. North Carolina is not in there. Alabama.
Oh wow, really?
Alabama is 5. Makes sense. Louisiana is 4. Can you guess the top 3?
Texas.
No.
Oh, I thought everything was bigger.
Mississippi is number 3. Arkansas is number 2.
Carolina?
Nope, Arkansas is 2. West Virginia has the highest obesity rate at 41%. There you go.
Oh.
Healthiest state's Colorado, so you know. See, we get back to Madhouse here. You guys, you know, we talk about all kinds of things here. It's just, you know, not just... Here's another one.
What do you think the healthiest place on the planet is? Probably China.
Well, define mental health or physical health? I mean...
Physical health.
I mean, Japan...
Like in terms of who lives the longest.
Well, you know, my ex is Eurasian. Her mom was full Japanese, and her whole family lived well into their 90s. And a lot of it was, you know, is the diet. There's a lot of walking. There's a lot of fish. You know, it's getting worse now because it's getting very, you know, there's just like here. But for the longest time, a lot of it was the diet was better over there with a lot of the fish and things like that. But I don't know where it is exactly today. But for a while, it was Japan. Let me ask you this. Okay, I have to tell you this story real quick. And then, because we talked about this recently. You're like, Jeffy, I don't want to know. Yes, you do. You have to love this stuff like I do. Listen.
I'm sure you talk to yourself and answer yourself, Jeff.
You goddamn right. Nobody else will talk to me, Savage. So there is
I don't blame him.
You know, now that's just
I'm
not.
just kidding.
That's not right. I was going to take you to Cracker Barrel and let you have some cracker. You don't know what
I
that
love
is?
Cracker Barrel.
Oh, I love Cracker Barrel.
I'm out. I'm Canadian. I don't know anything.
Yeah,
I'm out.
I'll take you to Tim Hortons. Okay, how about that? But no,
Cracker Barrel's the shit.
I love Cracker Barrel, especially around Christmas time when they decorate the gift shop and everything. But we don't have Cracker Barrels here. I miss them deeply. But no, what I was going to say is there was this woman who was a skydiver, and we've talked about this on the show. But she was a skydiver. She fell like 10,000 feet, landed, and she survived. Her parachute did not open, and she survived because, true story, she landed on a pile of fire ants, and they stung her immediately, and the adrenaline kept her alive enough that they were able to get her to the hospital, and she went on to live for 30, 40 years. She died recently. This is not the story. I've told this before, but I'm bringing you nice ladies up to speed. She died recently, and I kind of assumed she would have this amazing life because she got a second chance. And it turned out, no, she was just like a vice president of Bank of America, and she just kind of went on back to her old grind. But there is a study that came out that said most people, near-death experiences radically change how people view their careers and lives. The corporate hamster wheel loses its appeal pretty quickly, they say, when you've temporarily left your body. How do you begin to explain the status reports and quarterly targets seem absurdly trivial after that? I've never had a near-death experience, but I imagine I would reprioritize my life. You ever almost die, Lynx?
I have. I almost got hit by a car when I was in school. A bus specifically. Regina George style. It was kind of crazy. I got pushed out of the way. So thankfully I was okay. But that did kind of shift my perspective. But because I was so young, I don't think it had the same life impact that it would if I was older. Because I was like, I think 11 or 12 at the time. Right. So it wasn't as life-changing because I wasn't really thinking about life at that time.
Do you have vivid memories of it though? Like, did it?
Yeah,
really...
I can remember it like it's the back of my hand. Like
Amazing.
It's very vivid. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. I want to get these super chats if I can. Clinton, thank you. Is he messaging you right now, Lynx and Savage? I guess you're talking about Keemstar or Brantley or someone.
No.
K-Nubs, thank you. Oh, what do you got?
I'm talking to the Discord currently, or Discord. I like to have it open so I can read it at the same time.
Which Discord?
Your Discord, the one we're currently in.
Oh, cool. Jaffe coming back rejuvenated with the Madhouse, says K-Nubs, you goddamn right. Smelly, thank you for the super chat. Glad you kept the show running. I'm running low on podcasts to listen to while doing homework, and this show especially helps with the white noise. Fuck you. Good luck. David and Bunny, big fan. Thanks, bud. And then Clinton wondering if Keem calls and has another meltdown. Keem's always welcome to call. I got nothing against Keemstar.
He's going to lose his shit.
Well, I mean, that he has no reason to lose his shit. Nothing in this.
You're in trouble now, Jaffe.
In trouble with who? That's the thing.
You had Baltimore's on your show.
What's he gonna do? Define words incorrectly again?
You're gonna get it.
Oh Lord. Well, that's.
You're getting canceled tomorrow.
I don't work there anymore, right? Savage.
He's still gonna get your ass.
Yeah. Then he better fucking lawyer up then, because I enjoy going to court. But
how dare you have Lynx and me up here at the same time?
Listen, I've been sued before, and I actually found the whole experience at first terrifying and then invigorating, because when you know you've done nothing wrong, then you're like, oh my God, I can fucking take this motherfucker to the cleaners. Not Keemstar. I have no beef with Keemstar, but it was actually, at first I was like, oh my God, this is terrifying. And then you're like,
ask context?
Yeah, it was. I was working at Sony, and I made this game called God of War. And about 4 years, 4 years after, this guy came out and said, "Oh, they stole my idea." And I'm like, "Your idea for Greek mythology?" But he was convinced that we had stolen his idea, and the courts threw it out twice on summary judgment. So and it's his right to refile it. But the first time the court looked at all the evidence and said, "Yeah, there's nothing here that suggests anybody working on God of War ever saw anything you wrote." And there's no similarity. So he refiled it, and then the Ninth Circuit Court threw it out. And after that, you can only go to the Supreme Court, which he's welcome to do, but I think he realized at that point no one had ever seen his shit. So at first I was terrified only because it's just scary to get sued if you don't know what you're dealing with. And then once you realize it, you're like, oh, wait, if you did nothing wrong and you've covered your tracks to make sure you can prove you've done nothing wrong, it's not that it's fun because it takes up a lot of time, but it is like, oh, okay. It's kind of like we're gonna fight after school at 3. I can do that. But no, but I got nothing against the guy. I mean, I really haven't had any issues. Clinton says he threatened to sue Savage yesterday. I thought he walked away from that and said, no, he was wrong. And I thought you guys kind of semi-mended the fence a little bit, Savage.
Yeah, I think that's been mended, but still, the fact that he got up there and enraged and I'll take your house. Well, come take it. 0 + 0 = 0. You ain't getting shit, bro.
It's like, will you fix the plumbing before you take it? Because it's really bad.
I know, right?
Jesus. All right. Well, I think we're going to start wrapping up the show because we got another one to do tomorrow. But it was so delightful, Savage, to see you again. Stay in touch.
No
Stay
problem.
well. Stay healthy. And,
I will.
Good. I'm glad. And then Lynx,
All right.
good to meet you. Thanks for coming on. And pop back in anytime as long as Tech's not here.
All right. Have a good night, y'all.
Bye,
Y'all
you
later.
guys. See you later. Bye, buddy. Well, there you go. I mean, that was a nice little delightful conversation. I enjoyed talking to them. What do you think, Bunny?
Yeah. Oh, I'm very high at this point. When you left, I was like,
oh no, did things go okay?
no, it was good. Yeah, it was fun.
Did my internet fuck out? Where'd I go?
Shut the fuck up, you whore. Although, did Link say she was going to try to bring in wings? I thought that would have been so funny.
It's like I time traveled or something.
I guess so. I think you set all that up. I think people don't realize what a good producer Tech is. He's like, I'm back here.
Shut up,
I'm
pussy.
back here pulling the strings,
No, that's not what happened. For anyone watching, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I can't control Jaffe. He's like a fucking bull in a china shop. Jaffe is like Wings, and there's a table. All right, I'm just his wife.
Hey, Rich is here. Come on in, Rich.
The table.
You should have come in. We're all the like I said, the abandoned kids. No, Rich Keemstar doesn't want to sue me. At least I hope not. I mean, he can, and he's welcome to try. You can sue anybody for anything, is what I learned. But it's a waste of your money if somebody you're suing didn't do shit. But Tech bought into the cult lock, stock, and barrel, says Tanro. I don't know. Somebody said to me the other day, it's like, this guy's playing 3D chess. I'm like, buddy, chess is always 3D. But that said, I think he meant 4D chess. And so I think Tech is playing 4D chess. No, Rich is not on there anymore either. No, he's not. All right. Well, we had a fun show. I enjoyed this. Bunny, Tech, audience. Okay, let me ask you something. So again, let's be clear with you guys. In the chat, okay? So we did 2 hours of proper Madhouse. And then we did an hour of Madhouse calls. And then things kind of went off the rails a little bit, and it yielded a 4-hour show. Now, I understand some of you guys in the chat were like, why are you doing the drama? I will never sully the name Madhouse with the drama when we're doing the Madhouse content. But after 3 hours, is it a real problem? Like, one's in the chat if you're okay with how the flow went tonight, and two's in the chat if you're like, dude, this is fucking bad. Never fucking talk about that shit again. I would love to know that. I would love to redirect to somebody. I would love to redirect to somebody who actually would be appreciative of it for once.
So Jeffy, I'll find us a redirect.
Yeah, find somebody who does paranormal stuff that's pretty small, that actually is like, oh, I could use some people who are awake and might be interested in my shit. I don't know what they're doing at LCU right now, but the last time we directed to LCU, they didn't give a shit. Cantankerous Game says, I miss the game stuff, Jaffe. I hear you. I'm not in that headspace right now. But we are going to be doing a morning show here. Tech and I are talking about it. We're looking at doing a show with Bunny here. It won't be pure games, but it won't be this either. So it'll be, we're trying to figure out what it is. Newport Pappy, thank you. Great balance tonight. We appreciate it. Thank you guys. Redirect to Rich if he's streaming. Fuck yeah.
Rich is streaming.
Oh shit. I mean, we don't got much for Rich, but you guys are we may not have a lot of listeners, but we got quality listeners. Paul, I'm going to fucking throw you in the river. He's always asking about merch. I did like a 20-minute section on merch. You fuck. David, if you had money, you wouldn't be on the internet. You'd be on an island. This is what you don't understand, pretty 30 years of my life, because before I was trying to make movies, chasing the wrong dog. I thought I wanted to be a creative creator, like make movies and games, and I enjoyed what I did, and I had success, and I loved a lot of it, but I never loved it like I think you should love a job that causes you to work that hard. I love this, and I want to be really good at this one day, and I want to be successful at this. And so if your take is, if you have a lot of money, you go live on an island, I think that's the quickest way to die, right? I mean, your soul, I mean, vacations are necessary, but don't you, I mean, what's the point? If all you do is you get the last 30 years of your life sitting on a beach, why not just fucking end it all? That would be my take.
Goals.
Yeah, absolutely. Fucking frog. You're just mad because you didn't get a statue, bitch. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Okay.
What a stream. What a great stream.
Did I hear Rich is in the chat? Did he want to come on or no?
He's currently live streaming, talking about his own stuff.
All right. So look, Bunny is mogging her. What's mogging mean? Bunny is mogging her so hard. It says Shower Songs.
Mogging is when you look better than the next person.
Okay.
Who's it? Who are they talking?
You were mogging someone else. I don't know who.
That girl that he can't say.
Oh.
Okay. Well, then let's redirect to Rich. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, spending some time with us tonight. It's not that I don't want to be. PK says you will always be the video game guy, no matter how much you don't want to be. I loved doing that to an extent. I'm not saying I don't want to be thought about it. I'm just saying that I'm enjoying this a lot more than I ever enjoyed that. That's all. All right. But thank you guys. Solar Edge, thank you for playing. At least you got a statue after Mitch scammed me. You goddamn right. We'll get those up, if not tomorrow, by Saturday. Absolutely. Lost Gaming, thank you for the support. Rich said he's more glad to come on some other time, or you come on his show. He's live streaming. Absolutely. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for that.
Sounds good.
All right,
chat. What a wonderful time. We're going to sing it out.
Yes. Who gets it tonight?
Today, I think we drop it to the fucking frog or Ludium.
Up to you.
Bunny, you have a preference? Frogs or Ludium?
I want to sing a song about a frog.
All right, Bunny, start us off about the frog.
Okay. There was a very sweet and handsome fucking frog, and he was sitting on a little brown log, and then Tech went up and he put him in his mouth. And Jeffy said, "Get out of your mouth, that's nasty, you don't know where that's been."
Yeah, that big old green cute frog. He was hiding away a fat hog. He didn't know that he sang a song about putting himself in Tech Protect's mouth, and Jack was like, "Get out of there, that's gross, that's nasty." Jeffy?
The frog lied down. He saw visions of the Native Americans. He went to the dentist and said, "I'll have some nitrous oxide. Put that in my vagina." Yeah. All right, are we set to redirect to Good Sir Rich?
We're sending him. Yeah, we're doing it. Love you guys. Thank you for watching Madhouse. Join us tomorrow, same time, but maybe not as long. We love you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.